What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday's show. My name's David.
I'm James Chen. There's a cat right here, and
There sure is. There's a cat right there.
And he's grabbing my headphone cords and trying to get the belly rubs and the pets. So
he's currently succeeding in that. So today we're going to talk about these things. NorCal Regionals 2019 recap and results, of course.
Forgot to put an etc. there because there are more than just NCR.
There's a buttload to talk about.
Yes.
Other tournaments as well. We're going to talk a lot about Mortal Kombat 11 and stuff that happened / will be happening for that game. We're going to talk about the Dragon Ball FighterZ patch notes. I mentioned last week that I had intended to try to talk about that with a couple of guys. They both weren't able to do it. This week, Tuboware was happy to do so. That's pretty cool of him. We're also going to talk about the rage quit that y'all might have seen in Smash. We're going to talk about the EVO numbers, the ranking of which is currently out. There's other stuff that happened as well. But first, let's begin with Northern California Regionals.
Hang on a second. People want to. There we go. They just want to see the cat.
The cat.
There you go.
Oh man, that's a big belly rub right there. Oh, he's about to be lewd in front of the camera. Oh.
Good kitty. Good kitty. Okay. Anyways.
What do you got to say about NorCal Regionals? Before we get to the results, let's talk about the tournament.
Really, really happy that it was back in San Jose. I felt like it returned to a little bit of its former glory that it was before. I had a really great time there. I thought the event went really well. I thought the tournament was really cool. It felt more crowded than it was back in the Sacramento. The cat?
James has a new goatee right now, and it's made out of cat hair. You might not be able to see it on the video, but
okay.
Yep. couple of cat hair goatees. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, but no, I was just. It's just that look you were giving me. I was just really happy to see it back in San Jose and actually see the NorCal players show up to NorCal Regionals.
That's true. That the Bay Area players have not been showing up to Sacramento, which is where NorCal Regionals have been the last few years. Mm-hmm. That's not that far. It's a couple hours, right?
That's far for NorCal.
But they weren't. Some of them weren't going. Some of them weren't going. So they were basically all there this time. That was pretty cool. And it was back in San Jose, which is nice. Sacramento, as we mentioned before, well, especially the area that the hotel was in, it's not that happening. It wasn't the happeningest spot in the world. Mm-hmm. But San Jose, San Jose is not the happeningest place in the world either.
The new place
it does have plenty of stuff.
Yeah, the new place wasn't that happening either around the area, but But
you could drive pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Get all sorts of good food, and it was easy to do. And I had my car because I drove all the way up there. Man, that was a schlep.
Yeah, and someone mentioned this in the chat. Sub-Zero Smoke Rain mentioned this. I got to do a lot of commentary this weekend for different games, and I was actually really excited about that. I got to do Tekken commentary. I got to do Super Turbo commentary. I got to do Samurai Shodown 5 special commentary.
Dang, okay.
I got to do Soul Calibur 6 Top 8 commentary.
That's cool, man.
And I did Street Fighter 5. So I got to do it. But the only thing that I missed was Eunice, but that's okay. It's okay. I got
multi-game commentator over here, that's for sure.
Enjoying myself this weekend, so got to do a bunch of different games. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Super cool. I was not at the actual event very much, to be honest. I was also doing the Mortal Kombat 11 E-League stuff, which is a stream. I'll talk about that later. But so I wasn't actually at NCR all that much.
Jesus.
But I know, dude, he is shedding up a storm over here.
Jesus.
What I was there for, I thought was cool. I thought it was nice. I mean, it is not a huge tournament. You know what I mean? It's. I haven't been in the last few years. It's basically been on Passover for the last 3 years, so I haven't been there in a while. Right. But so I can't really speak to whether it grew or not. But not a huge event. It felt very much like kind of an olden style tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. There were booths and stuff, and then people were selling things, which didn't used to happen. So it's different in that respect. But other than that, I feel like I knew a lot of the people walking around, or at least I had seen their faces before, probably more accurately. And there were many people there who I've known for 15 years. Pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
So I did like that side of it. I wasn't there when the hotel didn't have water. I was at my brother's house that time.
Even in our room, dude, there was most of the times I took a shower, there was barely any hot water.
Yeah, when I took a shower there, it was legit.
Really?
At
night, at 3 a.m., there was almost never any hot water.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, it kind of was not
Wow,
cool.
morning was fine. That's
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, there was a period of time when, I don't know, the water was shut off, or I don't know what the deal was exactly.
Yeah, some people were just saying that they didn't have water at
Yeah.
all. Some people had to shower with water bottles or something like that.
I saw the pic of dude doing that. Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Now, it was at the DoubleTree by Hilton, and I think of the DoubleTree as being a pretty nice place. And I think in general, other than that it was. Like, our rooms were nice.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that,
cookies.
They give you cookies. You just got to go up there to the front desk and ask for a cookie. You don't even need a reason.
Yeah.
You can just be like, hey, can I get a cookie? Just the lady asked me if I wanted, or how many I wanted. I could have said 3. Because the other lady who was in line before me did say 3, and she was like, there you go. You could do multiple cookies if you want.
I think I ate like 3 total. If I knew I could get 3 at once.
Okay, I probably had 4, and I was there for less time than you were.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So anyway, there was a lot of nice stuff going on.
And not just
things.
free cookies. They're warm.
Yeah, they are
and they're
warm.
melty.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They call it the cookie.
Yeah, the cookie.
Yeah. So that stuff was all nice. It was kind of, I thought, maybe unfortunate that some stuff didn't get streamed very much, except for top 8.
There was only 2 streams.
That
was definitely one of the unfortunate parts about it. It was just Team Spooky and I Play Winner. That's it, or Capcom Fighters, right? And that was all that there was. So wasn't multiple streams. So I know games like Soul Calibur didn't get streamed until top 8.
Right.
And I know some people did, phone streams and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It'd be nice if there were more. You think of NCR as being, I don't know, a significant enough tournament that it should have more than 2 streams, but I don't know what to say about that, really. I don't really know what the deal was there.
Yeah. I also heard the entry numbers for some of the side games weren't, astronomical or anything like that. So I'm not sure if that's going to be something they'll try to address next year because, obviously it was kind of a complaint. I heard some complaints about headsets and sounds and stuff like that.
I heard the same.
I saw them that they were trying to address that on the Twitter as well. So, hopefully next year, things will change. So hopefully they'll fix a few small things. But overall, I enjoyed it. So
yeah, and overall it was better than the last NCR that I'd been to, which again was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and the 2 years ago NCR I went to was also when the hotel flooded and we all had to move rooms and stuff like that in the middle of the night. That was fun.
I wasn't there for that one. Yeah.
The Samurai 5 wasn't a top 8. It was just an exhibition put on by Victrix. They just had a team exhibition put on, and so it was like Justin, Sherry, Alex Myers were captains, along with Corey Bell was a captain, and then they they picked the teams basically. Like Sherry, I think had she had Jobin on her team, and Corey had Nerd Josh on his team.
Okay,
and stuff like
some
that.
legit people.
Yeah. So it was really fun. It was just me and Vicious having a good time.
Cool, man.
Doing commentary for that, so it was really fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, MYK?
Oh, dude. All right.
Not that Jobin, the other SoCal Jobin. It's so confusing, I swear, right? So
I don't know what the deal's with that, but
yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to say about the event other than what happened and the results and so forth?
No, not that I will say this, though. One of the biggest benefits of NCR, probably one of the number one things that makes that event is awesome is Crack Fiend's meat.
I heard about it.
Yeah, so Crack Fiend has the best meat possible.
Yeah, brisket,
I always
right?
want to eat his meat.
Yeah, for sure.
And no, he made 4 of them or something like that.
Were you trying to be gross just now?
I don't know what you're talking about. Dude.
All right.
I don't know what you're
talking about. Brisket.
But the thing about it is, he literally just brings 4 giant chunks of meat that he slow cooks himself, the brisket, and just gives it to everybody.
Yeah.
And
I didn't get it. I wasn't there, but it sounds...
I just walked up and he gave me a bunch of slices and he's like, eat this one. This is the magical piece right here. And I was like, okay. And I ate it and I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
It's so good. But honestly, it's amazing because he just did this for the battle for the Combat for the Cause the weekend before that. And then he just did this for this event. And, I just asked him why he does it because he wants to. It's for the community. So
pretty cool.
It's actually really, really cool.
Good on him. I do think that's really cool. It was nice to be in San Jose, just in the Bay for the food because I had some good stuff. I had some udon that I thought was really good
nice.
over in San Francisco where I was staying with my brother. That was really good. We had Afghan food. My brothers and I got together, had Afghan food. That was really good.
Okay.
We also had breakfast at a pretty good breakfast joint the following Monday.
Okay.
Yep.
Kind of jealous of that because I definitely ate a lot of junk food while I was there.
I mean,
they caught me on stream eating Doritos.
Okay,
I'm just
right,
sitting there
right.
when I'm sitting behind the top 8 Street Fighter. I'm just sitting there munching Doritos, and I got like 3 tweets from people like "Nice Doritos, James" and stuff like that. So.
Oh man, friends, I recommend that you not drink X Factor. It's my recommendation to you.
Can blame Spirit Juice for that one.
Oh
right?
man,
So.
it had been some years since I had X Factor, which is, if you don't know, basically jungle juice. And if you don't know what that is, it's whatever booze you got, and you just dump it into a bucket and just drink it. I mean, X Factor is not that, although that is what jungle juice is. We used to do that in the frat, and it was not, anyway, it worked out at the time. But now at the age of 35, that's not, it doesn't work out that well. So I had X Factor. I had a cup, maybe a cup and a half, a red Solo cup and a half of X Factor. And I was definitely blitzed the entire night after that. Like, I vaguely remember what happened. We went out to go eat at a BJ's. I was half there at the
You can't even remember that whole...
a little bit. I remember we hung out with Madge. I remember some of the conversations we had. But it's definitely not to the degree that I would normally remember things. There's definitely some scenes missing.
You were passing out a lot.
I know.
The end,
I was in the booth where you're trying to eat there, and I was starting to just fall asleep.
I mean, on the drive home, you were done.
Oh, 100%. I passed out
the whole time, and then
when
we got back to the hotel and we woke you up, you were like, "Oh, did I pass out?" I was like,
Yeah. So X Factor, anyway, pretty cool. Maybe just grab a beer.
Yeah, it was DJ Hoshin's fault originally.
I mean, it was. Now, though, this wasn't made by Hoshin. I mean, I think this is his recipe originally, but this one was not made by him because he wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah, jungle juice is basically it's kind of Swedish because you sweet-ish. You put juice in with a bunch of alcohol, so you're not tasting the booze in the same way.
I'm going to apologize to our podcast listeners because it's warm in here, so I'm going to turn on the air conditioner. So you're going to hear some background white noise, but it's definitely not as loud as the old air conditioners from the old studio. So I'll be right back. Hang on a second.
For sure. So I took some vlog videos, intending to make a vlog of here's what my NCR experience was. And unfortunately, almost all of those took place after I started drinking the X Factor. So I was looking back at the videos this morning, and I don't know how many of them are usable.
I think that means all of them are usable, right?
We'll see.
Or are they incriminating?
They're not incriminating. They're just pretty dumb. I commentated. So Terrence was trying to make top 8, right? Mm-hmm. And when he plays, his jaw is constantly moving. One of those players who are constantly doing stuff. And so I was trying to commentate the match by looking at his jaw to see whether he was winning or losing. I don't know, man. We'll see.
That actually, I feel like is a must see right there.
I don't know why I thought to do that, but there you go. That's a video that exists. So, all right, well, we'll think about it. I was actually right about what was happening, more or less. I looked at the video because I took the video was of the actual video. I was I pointed the camera at the video, and then I was narrating it, just watching him. I wasn't watching the video; I was watching him in real life.
Okay. So in other words, your knowledge on it was really well, and you were jaw-dropping all that knowledge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I've never shocked a drink in my life.
I can't believe some people are saying they didn't know you had this side to you. Man, they just don't know you very well.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, that's what happened. I did say Terrence, yes. Anything else to talk about for the event?
No. Let's get into the results here.
Cool. Also, man, driving to San Francisco the next day where I did the E-League thing, and then also trying to be awake enough to commentate at E-League.
Oh, Jesus. Tough. Oh, God. Yeah. That's the
commentating
worst.
on a hangover is not easy. That was why I had udon right after that, because
udon is great. Yeah.
Great hangover food.
Hangover food.
All right, so Street Fighter V happened there. That was one of the big events, of course.
Yes. So CPT event here, second premiere of the year.
Correct.
I said this at final round, and
thanks, Shoegazer Jimmy.
Oh yeah, of course, for 32 months. He's
nice
almost there for 3 years
Impressive.
now, dude. That's crazy. Thank you for the support. But the turnout for this tournament was pretty freaking crazy. I mean, I said this at final round. I really do feel like it's just going to be like this for every.
You might be right. I thought you were wrong, but so far
I feel like it's going to be like this for so many of the premieres, people traveling. I mean, we'll see what happens with like the European premieres. Obviously, the mix-up is coming up soon, so we'll see how stacked that is. See if the American players actually travel. Right, that's the key
We'll
there.
see.
Is that the U.S. event, everyone travels here, but the U.S. players don't travel anywhere. So we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, super stacked. Just so many grand finals matches in winter semis and pools and stuff like that.
Real.
And you know, it's just nuts at this point. At this point in time, it's like I can't even see how anybody can make back-to-back grand finals yet. That's what we got.
I know, exactly right. Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, super impressive. The top level players are still rising to the top of that. So winner, of course, was Roto Tokido with the Kuma. Second place was Reciprocity Punk with Karen. And he reset the bracket on it as well.
What a great match. That was
it was really good.
Such a sick match, dude. It was, and it also helped that I was sitting next to Smug like the whole time, and we were just sitting there like making dorky jokes and commenting about stuff. And
that does sound fun.
Yeah, but it was funny too because like Tokido would sit next to Smug while waiting for his match, and like Smug's like trying to troll him and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. But seriously, the semifinals, the top 8, that was all so good. I was so happy to see that Punk versus Tokido rematch, and because it was such an indication of, you know, Tokido's continued dominance as well as Punk's resurgence into that Punk from that EVO Grand Finals that we were all like, he's going to win. He's going to be the first American to win EVO. Right. And he is back in that position. He won final round beating Momochi, who lost, by the way, to Kage by Sako, who got Raging Demon.
Yeah, that's right.
With the online setup.
Yeah, well.
But, dude, it was so funny. There was one match that Punk was actually playing. I forgot against who, but I think it was Fudo, and he actually washed him the second time, because Fudo sent Punk to losers, and then he washed him the second time, but he missed one low forward confirm at the very end of the match, and Punk sat down. I looked at him and was like, I don't know if I can talk to you anymore. You missed one crouching medium kick confirm. And Gustav was like, right? I've lost all respect for you. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, but, dude, that match was insane, down to basically the last round in both sets. You know, I think it was like one round away once, but it was always the last game. And just to have those two players, again, be at the top of the game, I feel like is great for storyline, great for the drama kind of things. But then also, it makes me happy to see Punk back in that position. You know, I mean, we trolled him a little bit with that funny photo that we have over there that he always looks so sad when Tokido's winning.
It's pretty great.
You know, he's so good, and when he's confident and when he's relaxed and when he's chill, like I feel like almost nobody can beat him except maybe Tokido. So
yeah, incredible. Honestly, incredible to me that Tokido beat him when Punk is playing that way.
Right.
Because even from an outside perspective, I try to think to myself like, what do you do against somebody who just turns every hit into your, 2 more hits and you're dead? Like there's no incidental damage. How do you do anything? And I don't even know what the answer is. Like I'd have to go back and watch specifically to see like what Tokido did that like was the answer. Mm-hmm. But when I was watching live, I was like, how is this happening?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of what Tokido did to win that match, ironically, not ironically, but like funny enough, was take the throw. He didn't ever throw tech. Punk did so many like triple shimmies on him and all this stuff, and Tokido just said, I'm not touching a button. Punk probably should have started throwing a little bit more just to really start convincing Tokido, because I think Punk was just doing the whole thing where he's like, he's going to be convinced I'm going to throw this time, and Tokido was just not having any of it. Tokido was just blah. He didn't care at all. So I think that was one of the key things. So
Gotta check that out. Fudo got third, mostly Birdie, some Mika, John Takeuchi, fourth Rashid. That's cool. He's done well so far this year.
He did throw Tokido a lot, but I just felt like he should have threw him more because honestly, Tokido was not teching a lot. So.
Then you had Smug at fifth with G and Balrog a little bit also. Gachikun also Rashid there. Then Fujimura and Daigo seventh as well.
His Balrog put in more work in top 8 than his G
did.
did. Yeah, his G obviously got him there. And man, it was so great. When I was talking to Punk apparently was talking to Itazan or somebody else, right? And Itazan was like, no, I'm convinced G is super good.
Yeah,
and then they were talking to Cien and somebody else, I forgot, and they were like, they know all of G's frame data, but they had no idea what he could do.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I've heard that same thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that could be.
They just didn't lab him. They just never tried to figure out what he can do.
Just seems bizarre.
So when they were seeing like what Gustavo I mean, Gustavo had some of the sick.
Yeah, he had some wild stuff.
He used the freaking anti-air wheel kick. He goes anti-air crouching heavy punch, canceled in the wheel kick. The wheel kick clearly misses.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he whiff cancels it into the command grab. He had that low fierce into the fireball in the corner, and he whiffs the jab first to time it right. He goes jab, fierce, fireball. The guy falls. It looks like he has to block. He doesn't whiff cancel in the dude. Gustavo had some of the sickest things, dude. So good.
Yeah, 100%.
So I mean, Smug was saying he thinks G is top 10.
I mean, I think so too.
Yeah.
I just don't know how that wasn't clear. That's all. Like that's my point of confusion here. Like how is he not clearly strong? He clearly has good buttons. He has some of the best anti-airs in the game. He has crazy strong damage. He has maybe the best V-trigger in the game. Maybe the best V-trigger activation points in the game.
Dude, because everything he activates in V-trigger
like
leads to a combo.
Great. Yeah.
Like at no point, if you hit V-trigger, you get a dash punch for free.
And it's against many characters, it's safe for him to do, whatever into V-skill. That's safe against many characters.
And again, it's just his defense is not good, but I mean, how many characters can you say that about in this game? Like, yeah, maybe he has the worst defense than everybody because he doesn't have a 3-frame or an armor or an EX.
I mean, he probably does have the worst.
But a lot of people have that same problem. Manat kind of has that problem. Her 3-frame barely reaches anywhere. She can't barely confirm it into anything, so it's like...
Also, I think he's her worst matchup.
Yeah, it's not a very good matchup. So, yeah.
Anyway, it was cool to watch. Good tournament.
Yeah, really good tournament. So, a Daigo Tokido again, another classic that happened.
That was cool.
So, yeah. It's a great match, great players all around, and man, look at this list.
30, yeah, I mean, even when you're getting down to 49,
CJ Truth is in 33rd place.
49th has players like MOV and Johnny, who just got third at final round. Anyway, a lot of strong players in that.
Brian F. in 49th place.
Yeah,
right
people
there
who just made top 8 at final round last couple weeks ago.
Justin Wong was there, and did you see who he got eliminated by?
No.
He got eliminated by Didi Mokaf.
Oh no! The guy who he's sponsored to be there? Wow.
Justin tweeted about that. He's like, I lost to Didi Mokaf in 25th place, the guy that I flew out here.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
He was pretty good spirited.
I bet he would.
So,
be.
yeah,
I bet he
was
would
pretty good spirited.
That's
about
hilarious.
It, so
Dang.
yeah.
Okay.
Justin's like, I will never do this again.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Anything else to say about SF5?
I'm just really excited about this season.
Me too.
So I again, talking to a lot of the top players, talking to Smug about it, and he was just like, I really like Street Fighter V. He was like, I think it's a better game than Street Fighter 4. He's like, I have more fun playing Street Fighter 4 because it's got the combos and everything like that. But he says like he feels like Street Fighter 5 is stronger with the mind games and all these things like that because Street Fighter 4 was just very vortexy and kind of things like that, So just talking to a lot of the different, I was talking to a bunch of the top players when I was there, and a lot of them were saying very similar things at this point.
I mean, I feel exactly the same way.
So. And it's always funny because like, there's that reputation that everyone says none of the top players like Street Fighter V, but they do.
That same exact thing was said during SF4. Obviously, it's the same cycle.
Right.
And we said this before SF5 even came out. Here's the cycle. The game comes out. People who are established don't like it very much. Then new people join the scene, who are strong, they like the game, and some of the people who were pre-existing also decide that they like the game. And by the end of the game's life, it's beloved. And when the following game comes out, whenever SF6 comes out, people will be pining for the days of SF5. It's the cycle. Everybody called it. It is happening, and it will continue to happen.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I've always said this, that Street Fighter V's biggest problem is that it's hard. It's not fun for casuals, right? Because there's just not a lot of cool things that you... I mean, even in MK, you were talking about it, how, like, I was tired of watching stupid Scorpion's X-Ray over and over again, right? Not X-Ray, but the Fatal Blow. But every time I landed, I felt good about myself.
Did you? Sick.
Yeah,
okay,
you landed on something. You're like, yeah, take this. Like, I would win. I would do empty jump and then just do it, and the guy would try to hit me and armor pow, and then I'd win rounds, and I'd be like, yeah, you know.
Anti-Lanzi's strats?
Dude,
wow.
and like, other people would land it. You could tell they felt good about themselves. That's just the thing. Is Street Fighter V is lacking those kind of things. You know, the mind games are all there. They're not obvious. The quick rise back roll is not compelling to viewers. It's so hard to spot if you're a casual player to understand that mix-up. And so you don't get the parries. You can't uppercut a limb. You don't get style combos. The game has all the strategy and depth. It's just not fun for beginners. It's not fun for casuals. But at the highest levels, once you start understanding how the game works, you do see how much of the game really is just mind games and stuff. So,
you know, it'll always be one of those fun counterfactuals. What if SF5 had launched in Season 1 in the way that it is in Season 4?
Yeah.
Not just in the actual gameplay, but in the overall presentation of the game.
Yeah.
What if it didn't have a rootkit? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
What are you going to do? But right now, it's good.
Yeah.
Very happy about that. No announcements again. I think that's just to be expected. I just feel like moving forward.
Dude, someone when I was sitting next to Punk too, someone like behind me leaned up to me, was like, what do you think the percentage chance is that we aren't getting an announcement today? And I said 100%.
Are not getting?
Yeah, I said 100%. Punk just started dying.
Yeah.
He was laughing so much. But yeah, 100%, dude, 100%. I was like, there's no chance we're getting anything. Because I just don't want to set myself up for anything anymore.
Well, and even beyond that, I just really don't expect it. It's not even a trick I'm playing on myself where like I don't want to expect it and then to be let down. I just actually don't expect it. I just actually don't expect it. So.
What did you think about the 1 p.m. slot?
Bummer for me personally because I was doing the E-League thing, so I didn't get to watch. I actually went back and watched the replays later. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess the intention must be to try to get more eyeballs on the stream?
Like the Sunday football time slot, you know?
Maybe like, is that easier to watch for Japan?
It was great for European players, for
Europeans.
Right, and then there was also, it works for Japan players because they can wake up at 6 a.m. and watch it. Right? And then there was 44-some K viewers on there. I know Final Round got like 70
It topped off at like 65.
Right, it's 65, but you know that was the
for
first.
NCR did. No, NCR did.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
65.
I saw it on.
I feel like that's actually
our Street Fighter that it was something like that.
I feel like that's pretty good for Street Fighter for the NCR event.
Yeah,
so.
Dude.
But I think it's actually kind of a neat idea.
I liked it. Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
I mean maybe I'm biased because then I don't have anything to do for the rest of like if I was doing top 8, which we didn't do. I actually had something after that. But if it was us on top 8, then I might not have anything to do for the rest of the day, and then I could just go and chill and rest and get salty at Mortal Kombat betas and stuff like that, So I don't know. I liked it.
I think it's a good idea. Good idea to try. I'd like to see it continue. All right, want to move on to DBFZ?
Yes.
Cool. Goichi won it with Piccolo, Bardock, and Goku. Kazunoko got second with Kid Buu, Adult Gohan Yamcha, and Gotenks, Adult Gohan Yamcha. Then third place, Subatomic Sabers.
Yeah.
Do you know the story?
No.
I don't either. I was hoping you did. Vegito, Cell, Gotenks. And then you got Tachikawa, Apology Man, Renault, Brian Hakai, and Dogura. And then outside of top 8 were people like Super Noon and Chris G. So that's cool.
I mean, one of the tough things about Dragon Ball at this event that kind of took the wind out of the sails is that it wasn't the patch. They did not. They did not play the patch version, so they didn't get to do a lot of the cool new things that they found and everything. Granted, there are the DHC glitch, which is really funny that this game has a DHC glitch.
Cool.
It's like, it's weird because it's almost like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's like throwing a cinematic and then doing something and then the scaling goes away. So, you know, I think it would have been kind of hyped to see some of the DHC glitches happening and stuff like that. So, you know, it kind of took the wind out of the sails, I think, by not having the latest version. But that was a decision, I think, by the community. I'm not sure. But, you know, so they're playing the old version. But it was the last one for it, and, you know, Goichi won it. So, you know, no surprises there. But Goichi beating Kazunoko was actually pretty good because Kazunoko's been kind of running through everything recently.
I just want to know who Subatomic Sabers is because I know everybody else in this top 8 and even top 9 for the most part.
Right.
I think that's pretty cool.
Is Tuboware's in the chat? Do you know anything about Subatomic Sabers that you
that
can
was
give
Brian
us?
Hakai's first tournament? Jeez.
Wait, what
Got
place?
7th place.
Dang.
Well, with Dogura.
Nice. Okay.
Subatomic is a SoCal guy, huh? Okay.
Oh, there
Wednesday
you
Night
go.
Fights player. Well,
No
shout out to
surprise. Let's go SoCal. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention this in Street Fighter V.
Okay.
Really important thing that Filipino man brought up. I don't know if you saw that.
Negative.
Not a single SoCal or NorCal player made it out of pools at a West Coast tournament.
That's
Like
hard
Justin
to hear, dude.
is the closest thing. Like Justin is literally like, look at that list right there that you are looking at right now, all the way down to the 49th place.
So top 16 was who made it out of... No, top 32 was who made it out of pools. So... Yeah, sure. Look at all this. Dang.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Even in 33rd, you have Commander Jesse, Filipino Man, and Alex Myers. So even there were only 3 players in tie for 33rd. However many that is. I don't know. Is that 16 players who tied for 33rd?
Yeah.
However that works. So even outside of top 32, there are only 3 players in the top 33, or however you want to phrase that. Dang.
So the question is...
That's tough.
Is SoCal just crumbling? I mean, is California crumbling? Or is everybody else stepping up? I mean, I've always kind of felt that NorCal and SoCal have been kind of getting a little bit weaker than normal.
I think I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, I mean, even all the weeklies that we have aren't even as well attended as before. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's interesting.
That's tough. Yeah, top 48. I don't know, whatever.
That's kind of a good wake-up call.
Top 48.
I think it's a good wake-up call, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah, I guess it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this was the only California tournament of the year, so not a lot more opportunities for some of these players. But I guess we'll be traveling around anyway.
Okay. All right, back to
those tough times.
Let's go.
Tekken 7 is won by
Tekken
Jimmy J. Tran with Armor King. That's kind of cool. Did you watch it?
He was going to play Armor King. So I only managed to watch the sequence that I commentated. But he was going to play Armor King for the whole tournament because it's not TWT yet. He says he's going to stick with Brian, but he just wanted to practice Armor King.
What a god. All right.
Right. So that during TWT, he has a quality secondary.
Right, okay.
Right, so that's just the whole strategy right there, and he won it anyway. So,
Second was Peeling, third was Run It Black. MYK didn't even make top 8, looks like.
Tekken is...
Come on, dude. Go. I didn't know Gojira was playing Tekken. That's cool.
Yeah, Tekken is still just ridiculous. I mean, even just the pools matches that I commentated were super
Come on,
hype,
MYK.
so really, really good.
Dude.
MYK, yeah. I heard Bronson's commentary block is just like genius. And gold.
I heard people that thought it was cool, yeah.
Yeah, apparently he was just shitting on everybody and like talking smack about SoCal the whole entire time. So.
You know, that's... I don't know what they expected.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, man.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was actually the final game of the day on Sunday Finals Day.
Yeah, I was playing Mortal Kombat, so I didn't get a chance to see it.
I was also playing Mortal Kombat. Or maybe watching you play Mortal Kombat at the time.
You were trying to help me at that time.
Okay, there you go, yeah. So Luis won it with Roy, Fox, and Falco. X-Zax second with Inkling. Vaughn with Lucina, Cloud, King K. Rool. Pretty good character variety. Apology Man got 5th. That's cool. With Lucario and Wolf. Alright, we move on. Under Night in Birth. Suguri won with Yuzuriha.
So that was actually pretty big. I mean, everyone was happy about because he beat Goichi.
Yeah, he beat Goichi, who posted my phone on.
Now, the funny thing is that Goichi has claimed that he has not played this game in like months, in years.
I heard 2 years, but I don't know if that's accurate.
But then someone else said that that is a complete fabrication and that like he had just like practiced a little bit beforehand and stuff like that.
He's trying to save face out there,
I guess maybe, yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, everyone was. I mean, Suguri, if I'm not mistaken, was even supposed to like do commentary for Unist or something like that, but then ended up winning the tournament.
Wow.
So you know, he did really well. I need to go back and watch it because I want to see him dominate with some Yuzuriha. I saw some highlights of it where he did some ridiculous stuff, like he just like dashed across screen, can't change shift canceled it into super anti-air photon out of the when he jumped back in the corner. And, dude, there was some crazy stuff that he was doing, so I need to check that out. But Unist is thriving. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah.
Klim got third, Merkava, Wagner, and Phonon. That's cool. Then you got Soul Calibur 6, in which Blue God Oswell beat Linkors with Siegfried, Geralt, and Amy.
I mean, Linkors was coming in here, and everyone just assumed he was going to win because he's been winning everything. He's winning all the NLBCs and everything like that.
Traveling well.
But Blue God, who I kept accidentally calling Blood God because I'm senile. Yeah, just like So Sick Nash Fan in 4th place. I kept calling him Sonic Nash Fan.
Oh my god.
Dude, I don't know what was wrong with me.
I remember So Sick Nash Fan from other games.
Yeah, absolutely. But I kept calling him Sonic Nash Fan. I don't know why. It's that thing where you know how you can scramble letters in the middle of the word as long as the first and second last letter are the same, you can still read it. I think I just kept looking at the S and the C, and I just kept reading Sonic Nash Fan or something like that. But senile,
senility.
Man. But the thing about it is, dude, Tuboware, I am absolutely dyslexic, but with left and right, that's a different thing. But Blue God from SoCal came in and really kind of threw the wrench into Linkors.
It was 3-1 in Grand Finals, and it was 3-0 in Winners Finals.
Exactly, and that's why Linkors even tried Amy at one point in time, because in the first set, he got bodied so badly the first two with Siegfried that he just tried Amy to see what happened, and then he just went with Geralt the whole rest of the final set. So
that didn't work either. Wow,
it didn't work out either. So
that's cool.
Blue God really, defending the home turf in Soul Calibur, which apparently Street Fighter can't do.
Also, 2 Astros got top 8. Sick.
Yeah, no, they had a mirror match. Unfortunately,
did they?
They had to
I gotta see it.
Dude, it was like the just swinging, like nobody could go for command throws. They're just like swinging at each other the whole time.
That's cool, man. All right, I gotta check that out. Definitely go back and watch. BB Tag was won by my man, one of my favorites.
I know.
Koji KOG with Wald Tager. So great. He's such a treat to watch. LTL got second with Ruby Gord, Neanderthal with Jubei Waldstein and Jubei Yang, and shout outs to Bonic Plague for getting 4th place.
He was supposed to commentate. He couldn't commentate because he made top 4.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, good job to Bonic Plague. Super happy for him. So. Yeah, because he's not done yet. We'll get to something.
That's right.
Later on, so.
Also, I thought it was really cool to watch Thugoi. That's hilarious. Beiko with Mika Yu and Naoto Makoto. Like watching his Naoto Makoto team was kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like you just never see those characters, and for them to make top 8 was pretty sick. Guilty Gear Extra Rev 2 was won by Bjorn, Son of Bear. Chip.
Dude, NorCal dominance right there. Home court advantage right there. Because GC got second
place, Bedman.
Yeah, 3rd place, Damon Doe. So Kizzy, who is now a free agent, unfortunately. Right. So, but got 4th place there. So top placing non-NorCal player. No shock. He was Frosty Faustic's champion.
Kiowa 14 was won by Xiaohai. 2nd place was ET. Dang, this is quite a lineup. ZJZ got 3rd place, and then Kojika got 4th place. That's like, and Reynold got 5th. That's quite a tournament right there. Okay, legit.
Is, actually.
Yeah, sick. USF4 was won by Koji Cog 2. Dude, this genius.
So it was so funny. He was apparently in the death pool of No, was it Street Fighter 4? Filipino man was telling me like he's lost to Koji KOG before and just got like so mad that when he saw he was in the same pool as him, he just DQ'd himself out of the tournament.
Wow, it's T-Hawk. T-Hawk's not bad. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
By Riz1.
Riz1 took it. Bison.
Formerly of New York, now of Northern California.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's been there for a couple of years now, for a few years
I didn't even
now.
know.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, Ultra Combo.
Ganelon won. Got second place with Vega. Ancient man.
And then Ultra Combo kind of nerfed himself. He played New Sagat for most of the tournament because he apparently late regged. And he got put into like the same area of the bracket as Riz1, and Riz1 was kind of mad about that. So he was like, "All right, I'm just gonna play New Sagat the whole way through. I don't want to like be that guy and like mess things up." What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at. I think so. Ganelon, I believe I used to play with in Maryland, Virginia.
Oh, the Asian guy, right?
Yeah, Asian guy, claw player. Yeah, that's cool. Dude, I used to.
He was at Frosty Faustings as well. So.
Sick. That's so cool. It's just cool to see players who you used to know. I mean, he's been good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's cool to see that.
Dude. Bucktooth.
Wow, Bucktooth Chun. Also, shout outs to 5th place Vodka Gobalski with Zangief. Of course, that being the original name for Zangief, before they actually changed it, which was good. They definitely should have changed it.
And hey, Soda Popinski was Vodka Drunkensky in the arcade, right. So you know.
Yeah, not great.
We just had this. Can you imagine if this whole time we've been calling him Vodka Gobalski?
Oh my god.
Man, I'm a Gobalski user, right?
No.
What would he be? He would be Ita Geef, or Ita Vodka, or Ita Ski.
Impossible.
Ita Ski.
I'm glad we don't live in that world. Some other universe is like, well, what if they called him? What if they named him after this obscure wrestler from whatever it was, Zangief, a weird Russian wrestler that nobody even knows about. Yeah, good man. You never know. Pokken Tournament was won by Wingtide with Aegislash and Machamp.
They were going hype over there, dude.
They were
super hype, yeah.
Yeah, that seems really keeping itself going well. I'm really happy and impressed for them. Windjammers, Catatomic won it.
Oh, they didn't list it there, but Blaze Blue, Cross Tag. I'm not. Blaze Blue Central Fiction was also won by Ebonic Plague as well. So he got first and fourth. He was playing out of his mind this weekend.
Super great. That's amazing, yeah. Also, by the way, one of my favorite commentators for anime games. I wish that he would do it more. I know it's not as practical. You can't just wish it. But even when he does Street Fighter, I think he's really good.
Yeah. Ebonic Plague, he's one of those,
he's very good
journeyman who's just been doing the commentary all over the place, and he's just really, really strong with it. I really, really wish that he would get more. I thought, so for like Soul Calibur, for example, I thought like they had Spooky and me on there. I thought I was going to get to do it with Ebonic Plague.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he knows that game well.
Yeah, it was kind of sad that he wasn't able to do it, but I had a great time with Spooky anyway. So
it was sick that he got out to Evo Japan.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for sure.
That's it for NCR.
Yep, that is correct. That wasn't the only Tekken event this weekend. So there was
also Saudi Arabia Tekken 7 in Saudi Arabia.
Dude, everything I looked up just called it Saudi Arabia Tekken 7.
For real?
Like, I couldn't find an event name up for it.
Wow, all right.
But I guess it's the True Gaming Invitational.
Yeah, True Gaming Invitational.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm not really sure what to say about this.
Look.
Kudon's won it. Chanel got second, third.
Apparently, Chanel was cooking everybody the whole tournament, but Kudon's coming through and taking it. But it's the most money that a Tekken player, I think, has ever won.
Yo, Kudon's got $60,000 for winning this? Holy crap.
But the question is, this brings up the whole Saudi Arabia esports thing, the concern there.
We've talked about this in the past.
Yeah.
I'm quite wary and concerned about the Saudi Arabia government getting involved. If it's just like people in Saudi Arabia, that's cool. There's plenty of like regular folks, and I don't have any problem with that. Mm-hmm. But to the extent that it's the Saudi Arabian government, I am definitely not interested. And I don't know what the separation is in this event. But I don't know what the
Kudon's definitely has won a lot of money, and he wrote about it too. He was just like all the traveling that he's done, and how much he puts into it, and obviously the guy, things that he's had to go through, completely relearning how to use a joystick because he carpal tunneled himself playing too much Tekken and stuff like that. So by the way, I did see Julio at NCR. And I talked to him about it. He says it's still probably going to be more than a year of recovery and stuff like that, but he's working on it. I even saw like Alex Myers. He has the kinesiology tape on him and stuff like that. It's a real issue.
100%.
It's something that people really got to look into. We really got to start coming up with more ergonomic controllers, in my opinion. Because even the joysticks, when you're playing like this,
I agree.
Like this,
that's why I've switched.
Right, we need to play more like this, or like I even said, maybe even have a joystick like a joystick that's this way, but then the buttons that are this way, or something like that.
You mean exactly like the old split box?
Yeah, exactly.
The little angle on that.
But remember, I was even saying on the split box that it should even be like
adjustable,
just completely like folded, and you can just play sideways like this.
It's something I'm thinking about for sure. We don't need to play on joysticks that are built for a close side-by-side play anymore. That's what
arcade cabinets.
That's what joysticks that everybody uses are built for. We're just using the same one. Maybe they're slightly spread out, but many of them are still the same distance that they were on candy cabs 1,000 years ago.
Right.
And they don't need to be like that. That's just bad.
Could you imagine even if a joystick that was like angled like this, so you could just have your hand using the joystick resting and not doing this, but like actually playing like this? Like having a joystick kind of angled.
I don't think that would be effective, but it seems more ergonomic probably. Not.
Or just having a joystick that has can you imagine if there was a wrist rest on the joystick that was like a ball and socket kind of joint thing that connected to the bottom of the joystick, so while you had your hand floating above the joystick, you're resting it on there, but you could just move it the whole way and it kind of like supported your wrist or something.
That sounds pretty cool, man.
All right, that's it. I'm doing
You want to open up an Ultra Chen joystick shop? I'll sell split boxes and you'll sell whatever you want to call that guy.
The Ultra Chen TV joystick controller, the Chen stick, there you go.
For real though, we do need to redesign.
You have the split box. I'll have the tilt box or something.
Okay.
Something like that. So.
All right. And then
there was another Tekken event this last weekend. I couldn't find information on it because you can't really Google Tekken events last weekend. Like, it just doesn't come up with anything. Does anybody remember what the other one? Oh, PAX Arena. That's what it was. It was PAX East. PAX East had an event. I didn't have any details about that, obviously, because I couldn't find it. But there was like 3 things going on this weekend, so...
this is saying what's coming up, not what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody know who won that event by any chance? Joey Fury won that one.
Oh, here we go. Yeah,
okay,
I was just
cool.
I got the...
Oh, sweet. Okay. He got $4,000. Nice. Good job to him.
Really? Wow, that's cool.
Discover Card Tekken 7 tournament.
Yeah, Joey Fury won it. Second place, Lil Majin. Third was Shadow, then Trungi, then Anakin, and Speed Kicks, and then Cuddlecore and Spirigen. So it was a
tough tournament.
It was an invitational, I guess.
Yeah, very good tournament.
It says out of 8 players. So
a lot of strong players there.
That's
okay, cool. Okay, there you go.
All right, well, I guess that's it for events that happened.
Well, don't worry, Sub-Zero Smoke Rating. He said if Joey Fury won 2 of those, he would have won more money than Tekken World Tour Finals. They've obviously increased the amount this year, so that's actually really cool. So,
I guess one more event. I was thinking about putting this in MK, but might as well just do it now. The E-League Mortal Kombat 11 beta showdown happened that I commentated for. Let me know if y'all or what y'all thought about that if you happened to watch. So the format was not a tournament. You couldn't. There was no matchmaking, right? So you just ran into whoever you ran into. So people just went online, played against whoever they got matched up with. Weren't allowed to rematch. You had to look for somebody new. And to win got you 1 point, and to win with each of the 5 characters as a set would give you a 5 additional points. So it was just whoever would get the most points by basically beating the most people online in the 4-hour window.
Could they get deaded if nobody accepted their matchup?
That did happen to Honeybee.
Are you serious?
For a while, Honeybee was the
leader.
No, he was the worst. He was the bottom. I don't know, whatever that's called. He was last place in the points because people didn't want to play against him. They kept declining him. And when he did get matched up, he was playing against legit tournament players. He just happened to get matched up against them.
Okay.
So what Rio did, and what a couple of other guys did, was they created new accounts for this. And Rio, genius player, even specifically went online before this started and lost 55 times in a row. I mean, the absolute genius play to make sure that nobody would decline him. Genius. He thought so far ahead.
This is why fighting game players, they game everything.
Yep, it was
they
genius.
game everything.
So the couple days before this, as we were like planning it out, I was commentating, I was talking with people at E-League. We were trying to like figure out what to do, how to make the rules, and I suggested a few things that they were happy to accept. Like for example, what if you get matched up against the worst player in the world? You get 1,000 free wins in a row. That's not fair. So you should have to go to search for somebody else. You can't do rematch, right? And you can't decline people for any reason other than if they're ping or above some number, right? Because if you think that they're strong, then that maybe you'll lose.
Even though
I'm trying to come up with these ways to like not have them game the system.
Even though you were faultless defensing fireballs at 240 ping,
That's actually true. I was
off the phone Wi-Fi, just letting you know.
Yeah. So. Anyway, so Rio's basically a genius. Shout outs to him. He was by far number one in points. He got 134 points. He lost one time throughout the 4 hours of the event. Ketchup and Mustard got second place. Mustard basically did all the playing. And they also lost only one time, but 115 points.
Because they just got declined.
Because they got declined sometimes. Well, it wasn't just that. Like, Rio blitzed everybody, so he didn't even lose the round in the middle of it. So they were losing rounds, and he was not. But
Who did he use?
He used all 5 of the characters because that gives you extra points if you win with each of the 5.
Oh, okay.
So he basically did it as a round. All right, game 1 he wins with Cabal, then with Baraka, then he just kept on going around. Then anyway, that was.
There's no way to match anybody up, so this is the best way that you.
Yeah, I just wonder what people think about that. That's what I felt. I felt like it was as good as you can do in a beta where there was no matchmaking capability. But so what we were doing on stream was just looking at. We Aquaman and I were hosting it, and we would like introduce which player's stream we're about to watch, and then we would go in and just listen to and watch the player on their own stream, commentating themselves, or maybe not commentating even. Some of them were silent.
Talking,
They were just hanging out and playing.
Did you commentate some of the matches?
Some of them
when
we
they were
did.
Silent?
Yeah, so basically Dragon didn't talk, so when we watched Dragon, we would commentate. So there were some cases where we were commentating, but for the most part not. I thought that was super cool too, because this was not just about like the competition of it. It's about like trying to get people to follow these players, and like follow their streams and their YouTube stuff. It's like about trying to bump the content creator aspect of it. So I don't know. I really like that.
I hope it worked.
I hope it worked too.
Ask.
Well, I know that it worked because whenever we would go in and look at the player's stream, you would always, if they had Twitch notifications up, follow. Like you could see that they were being followed the whole time.
Okay,
so
cool.
It definitely did work.
Good job.
Super cool.
That's great then.
Also, thanks for the sub.
Colby Santana, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, Honeybee got ducked because of his name basically. But dude,
should have called himself like the Cheerios bee.
Rio's was just literally nonsense numbers. He just went into the. It was so smart,
dude. Honestly, it would have been even smarter if it was like Scorpions, badass.
Right? Yeah.
Lowercase x, capital X,
right,
Scorpion,
sure,
420
Scorpion,
X,
Weed Lord,
X. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It would have even been smarter, but
dude. And then it was funny to like go in and watch Rio streaming because as he's like destroying everybody, he's just like casually chatting with the chat. Woo! And hanging out, and like it was totally chill. No big deal. What up, everybody? How's it going? Thanks for hanging out. Oh, this was a good decision. Oh, good throw by that. He has great defense. This guy who I just stomped. Great defense. It was super funny.
I wonder if I actually ran into him. No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
Because I definitely got stomped a lot in this beta.
But yeah, just
Scorpion XX420.
There you go.
Oh man.
We did get to see the players play against each other a couple times. It just so happened
they
that
just
like,
ran
Dragon
into each
versus
other.
Honeybee happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Was there just like a max number of games they could play against each other? I forget.
No, it was just however many you get matched up against, and it's random matchmaking. Okay. So whatever happens.
But because you can keep rematching.
No
right?
rematching allowed.
Oh, just none rematching. No rematching.
None allowed.
So you won and done to everybody.
Whether you won or lost.
Dang, that sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
All these other people are probably like, come back.
I know, right? Yeah.
Come back. Yeah. Come back, Scorpion 420 Weed Lord.
Right, yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a cool way to introduce people to these streamers and players. And
That's a cool idea. Okay.
There's going to be more. We're going to be doing it in May also.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Cool. Oh, right. But that's the actual game.
Yeah, we'll talk about what the format is. I don't know that they know yet, but we're going to do it again once the game's already out. All right, enough. Want to take a little breaky break?
Yeah, let's take a break. When we come back, we will be talking all about the MKs and our experiences and all the new crazy things that have been announced. A lot of MK stuff to talk about, so be right back, guys. Get over here. I'm definitely going to name my variation Scorpion Weedlord 420. Oh, but we can't.
Well, we'll talk about
that. That's right. Man.
Hey, old Tuboware there?
Yeah, Tuboware.
You wanna push it back to 7:15? Is that cool?
I think it'll take us a long time to talk about MK.
Probably.
Yeah, probably will. Okay. He says sure.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, shout outs to StarX. Thanks for the continued subscription. 27 months.
Also, do you guys have the Discord set up or whatever we're gonna do? You and Tubo? Discord?
I mean, I'm assuming he's just gonna jump on our Discord, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Xanderx.
Ooh. You already in there? Nice work.
Yeah.
I heard Tokido went to the gym after he won.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
I don't see Tubo in type. Well, if you are in there, just type us a message, Tubo. Just so. Okay, there we go. Nice. Good job. Good job. You have a picture you'd like us to use, Tubo, of your new, look right now? Want us to give us a picture?
Hey, thanks, man. Usually listen on the ride to work, but figured you'd stop in and sub. Much obliged.
Oh, is that what Xander said?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
What did we get?
Now, if they won with one...
Ooh, thanks for the Twitch Prime subscription. All right.
Is it Halas or...
Halas.
Halas.
Or maybe Jalas, I don't know. I don't know what language we're speaking.
So if you won with all 5 characters, could you then just stick with one character and play that?
I mean, you could, but each time you won with 5 characters again, you would get 5 more points.
Oh, okay.
So gotcha. Rio ended up winning with each of the 5 characters like 15 times.
Jesus Christ.
In 4 hours.
That's ridiculous, dude.
That's wild.
Man, now I almost wish that I was on your account and just losing a bunch of matches just so I could get, you wanted to keep your record.
Nah, it's all right. It's all good.
Is it done?
It is, yes, it is now done.
Okay.
As of 6 seconds ago.
Nice. All right.
Cool.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. So the funniest thing is that Smug asked Tokido who the biggest trolls were in Japan. And he was like, huh. And he started thinking about it a little bit. And I was like, Itazan? He's like, oh, yeah, Itazan's big troll. I mentioned Koji KOG. He was like, yes, Koji KOG. He mentioned a few other people. And he was like, what about, Fudo? He's like, no, Fudo's, really, calm and nice and everything like that. But the truth of the fact of the matter is that Tokido is one of the biggest trolls in Japan. So, he needs to name himself.
I think so.
He is... I mean, I even showed Tokido the pictures of him doing the Tokido pose at Evo 2002.
Oh, yeah.
And, him with the belt.
Oh, yeah.
He looked at the picture, he's like, oh, because, he's super skinny.
Youth. Yeah.
He's, the glasses on and everything.
He's a big old nerd.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, dude, you look younger now than you did back then.
I can see that. Yeah,
Tokido. I mean, he called himself the Iceman at one point. He did he ended Clanky D's Street Fighter career.
I remember that one.
And
that was
a
classic.
Murder Face, yeah. So
he's had some good moments. Well, let's talk about Mortal Kombat 11. This past weekend was the MK11 beta, which meant that anybody who had pre-ordered it on PlayStation 4 or Xbox was able to play it. And we played it. Brought up a PS4 to NorCal Regionals. And recorded a bunch of footage again of us playing on the beta. You got a lot of hours in. Even on the video, which was not everything, because we ran out of space, there were 8 hours of video.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It's getting very salty playing that thing.
Well, what do you think?
I mean, the game is fun. And I salty emotionally tweeted that I thought Scorpion sucked. And some people were mad at me for that. But, I mean, honestly, I think he's the worst out of the 5 characters in there. Not necessarily just... he sucks, but he just doesn't have jank. he doesn't. I don't feel like he has the jank kind of the easy strategies to win. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that he's Ryu in the sense that he is the face of the franchise, and beginner players like playing him, and then nobody plays him in mid-level.
Right.
And it's only at like the highest level that you see him appear.
Right. Exactly.
So he's not easy to play.
Yeah, and I mean, he just doesn't have any range, man. Like, it's frustrating because he has nothing that's safe on block except for 2 strings. That one is completely interruptible before the 3rd hit.
Which one?
2, 1,
Oh,
2.
yeah.
You can just get hit in between those because the last 2 just takes freaking forever to come out. And then forward 3, 4 is the only other one that's like safe on block. But everything else is completely punishable.
Right.
So so the biggest complaint that I had about Scorpion is that you have to play Misery Blade and Demon Dash.
Yeah, it seems like
there's like nothing else you could do. Because without Misery Blade, you couldn't make anything safe, and without Demon Dash, you couldn't punish anything.
Right.
And so I was frustrated because like there's just no variety to him. You had to play him, and then basically your whole game was knock someone down and just hope you can Misery Blade mix up them to death, and that was like the entire game that he had. Because everything else is just stupidly punishable. Like, I feel like he needs. Cause even though you have moves like Baraka back 2 or forward 4-4, right? Those moves like that are like, okay, they're negative on block, so now it's the other person's turn. You can still fish with them, and people walk into him.
Sure.
Like, there's nothing you can fish with Scorpion. Like, I'll spear somebody, and it takes like 10 years for them to like. Recover.
I hear you. Yeah.
I really honestly feel like with the way the spear works now, there's no reason to give it that delay anymore. Because he just chops them automatically anymore. So why not just make it like a regular fireball?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
right. Why does he have this thing where he stands there for like 10,000 years again when it's not?
Well, I mean, you do. Don't you always enhance it if you hit it with it?
Not always.
No?
Not always. Because the problem is, even his enhanced combos. Like, I fought a Baraka, and he does like 2 enhances in his combo, and he drains like 45%. Yeah. If I'm Scorpion and I do 2 enhances in my combo, I drain like 30%.
But I feel like getting a spear would be like the time that you enhance.
Yeah, probably. But, I mean, whoever got the spear, right?
Outside
of a combo. Outside a combo, right?
Not often, of course.
Yeah. So, yeah. Jade and Cabal are outranging him. Scarlet was outranging him. Baraka's outranging him because 4-4-4-4 is just so damn
has crazy
scary.
Good range. There's no doubt.
So every character was outranging Scorpion a lot. Jade might be overall worse than Scorpion, but she wasn't worse in that matchup.
I think that she is the weakest of those.
Yeah.
But I think that they were all strong. It's just like none of them sucked. Mm-hmm. But I did think that Jade was the weakest. Mm-hmm. I would say, in order, probably
Cabal.
Cabal, Baraka, Scarlet, Scorpion, Jade.
Mm-hmm.
That's my top 5
so you
in
said
order.
Cabal,
Baraka,
Scarlet,
Scorpion, Jade.
No, I agree with that. I actually agree with that.
I don't know if that's even controversial. I feel like it's just kind of how it is.
I think Cabal was kind of ridiculous.
He was very strong. Very strong.
He also... Like, Scorpion has no strings that start with a high. He just
really?
He only has back 2. That's like his only high. He has no strings that start with a high. So he couldn't even do a first hit low high mix up on you.
Oh, you mean overhead?
Yeah, overhead.
Okay.
Yeah, overhead. Sorry. It's using old language there.
Okay.
Yeah, he had no strings that started with an overhead. But like Jade can hit you with an overhead from a screen away. She could do overhead, or overhead fireball, which was a low all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Baraka had back 2 that was safe on block that jumped halfway across the screen that he could mix up with his command throw.
I'm not gonna lie.
Cabal had overheads everywhere. That he also had a low cancelable move, which Scorpion doesn't.
Which crushing blowed if you tried to stand block it. I was like, wow, that's pretty wild.
So I just felt like Scorpion was clearly outmatched in this thing. Like and again,
I really don't think it's that big of a difference, but I do think he's weaker than those 3.
Yeah.
He is a difficult character to play. You're not playing normal footsies with him for sure. Mm-hmm. It's not like that.
Yeah.
He's a weird mobility character.
Yeah.
Cabal was very strong. Cabal had really good mix-ups, very high damage, good zoning. His fatal blow is Superman Injustice 1 / Seth.
And again,
SF4.
The last thing I'll complain about Scorpion is just that everybody else... I fought so many variations, and they were all good.
Yeah,
Scorpion, you could only fight the one variation.
It seems like you need Misery Blade at the least.
And Demon Dash. Yeah. If I had no Demon Dash, like, I could not beat Jade at all. Like, it was impossible because I couldn't punish anything she did. Everything he does is super slow. Anything that has range is super slow. Even, I mean, everyone talks about how fast the teleport is. I get hit out of the teleport constantly.
Yeah, it's not invincible.
Yeah, I get hit out of it constantly.
It is fast, but it's not invincible. Anyway, so yeah, Cabal seems like he's the best. I mean, some of that will change. Obviously, the balance is whatever. That's not even really the point. But the thing that I think that probably won't change is his Fatal Blow.
Which one?
His Fatal Blow. Cabal's Fatal Blow.
Yeah.
The one where he runs around the other side of the screen, which means that you can't do anything as the opponent. So it's his Fatal Blow, from wherever he is, he backs himself off the screen in just a couple of frames, very fast, and then runs around to the other side behind you and hits you. Again, super fast. So typically Fatal Blows, they have armor, but there's no invincibility, right, for everybody else. His is basically invincible.
He just avoids everything.
Because he's just not on the screen, in a sense, right? So he's not like graphically there invincible, he's just not on the screen.
Right.
So his Fatal Blow means that you can't throw fireballs against him, you can't jump against him, you can't whiff a lot of buttons against him. You can meaty him because it'll lose.
Right, if you're perfect meaty.
Yeah. But if you whiff anything, he can do it on reaction.
Woo!
Woo! Oh, damn, look at all those ones. Nice. That means that he freezes you, right? That means you don't want to do anything.
Can't attack him.
So my guess as to why they put this in is that Fatal Blow is one time per game, and it's very strong, and they know that, but it's once per game rather than per round or whatever it might be. So if you use it needlessly, then you've given up this incredible tool.
Right.
But I feel that as a Cabal player, you should never... Either you get stomped and you have no chance, or you win a round. I just feel like there shouldn't be any in between, because if you're at all close to taking a round, that's the round where you use Fatal Blow and you have the round.
Right.
Right. I feel like there's
It's
one of the
guaranteed.
rounds should be yours.
If you haven't used the Fatal Blow yet, you're going to win if you get him anywhere under the Fatal Blow depth.
Yeah. I just feel like you just... So as the opponent, when I was playing against Cabal, I just budgeted in, well, I'm going to get hit by it. It's like how I dealt with SF4 Seth as Zangief. I'm just going to get hit by his Super and Ultra. It'll happen.
Right.
I have to keep playing my game and get back to neutral. So as Baraka, whenever I would be in that situation, I just throw all the fireballs. If you want to use this, dude, be my fireballs, go for it.
Yep.
And if not, cool, we're playing the zoning game, and that's fine. Let's play that instead. So but that's maybe not like the most interesting game to play.
Such an easy solution to this whole problem. Just make it punishable on block.
So I think his is punishable on block.
He is, but he bounces so far away that, guess what?
It's
Scorpion
can't
Demon
hit
Dash.
him.
I don't know. I've never managed to try because I got hit by it every time.
Yeah, I think Baraka can do 4-4, but I bet you can probably Demon Dash.
Yeah, but he just needs to go boom and stop in front of you like it was in all the like when he does the regular dash.
But it's the same thing where if you're just waiting to react as Cabal, like I don't think that changes things. I guess it's still the same. You're frozen position.
But at least you can bait it out. At least you can punish it.
I really don't think you can bait it out against a good player.
You're just thinking it's like a guaranteed reaction.
I really don't think it's baitable against a good player. Yeah. So I think instead, if there's anything that happens to it, you make it slow. But I feel like that's the Fatal Blow, and we'll just play against it, and hopefully the rest of Cabal won't be quite as strong, or that other characters will be stronger, or whatever. But I don't know, man. I thought that was pretty wild. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, too. Like, as salty as I was getting at the whole entire thing, like, I still enjoyed it. I'm still really enjoying the game. The neutral is really interesting. The wake-up attacks are really good. Jade's wake-up up 3 is just...
very strong.
God, that thing is so good. And it was getting me mad, but then I was like, variety is a good thing. Variety is a good thing. I want her to have that option. You know what I mean?
She doesn't have offense or damage.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Okay,
so I was like, okay with that. Because I was trying to neutral jump it, and I would get hit out of the air, way the hell up there. And I was like, come on. Then I would just try to back off and be outside of its range to whiff punish you. Still
hit you, yeah.
I was like,
what if you had a move that temporarily got you off the screen and hit the opponent from the other side?
And had armor?
What if?
And had armor?
I'm talking about your teleport, actually.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I teleported against Jade's Fireball and died so many times because it goes backwards behind her, and you teleport into it and you get hit. I died to a Jade doing that one time.
But once you started jumping, you got around it more often.
Yeah. Maybe.
He's a hard character to play. That's
Right.
yeah, I didn't really know what Cabal's weakness
You can
was.
whiff punish Jades, but you had to get like to the Cabal was like.
I don't know what Cabal's weakness was. Again, though, I mean the balance is whatever. They'll change that stuff. I'm not concerned about that really. I continued to learn more about the flawless blocking system, and I love it. It's so cool. It's so interactive, and as the player, you feel like you can do such cool stuff with it. It's in all sorts of situations, so not just in flawless blocking against projectiles, but like there's super sick situation. One of my favorites where this guy was baiting my wake up 2, which is like your little kind of launcher thing. You wake up and do this, and you could jump behind that as the opponent and like jump kick, me and hit me or whatever. So instead, I flawless blocked his cross up jump kick. That would have evaded my up 2, and then I did up 2 afterwards.
And it's such a genius idea because
that's cool. It's just like a fun idea.
It's the best because now what you do up 2s and up 3s for is to beat meaties, right? Yeah. So why not flawless block it and then beat it?
Yeah.
Because that way, if they don't do anything, you don't waste the meter.
Right. You lose the throws.
Right.
But,
yeah.
No, it's like interesting defensive decisions and interesting offensive decisions have to be made as a result. Very cool. I really like it.
I'm also going to say this as well, and this applies to Soul Calibur as well. But counters need to stop countering throws. I'm just saying.
Whatever.
That needs to stop happening, dude, because that is seriously like the worst decision in any fighting game.
I think it's totally fine.
I hate it.
They lose to lows.
Scorpion has one low starter, okay?
Yeah, but it's his main starter, right?
No,
Isn't back one a low?
No, it's not.
Really?
Back one's a mid. It's only the second hit
you're right.
is the
You're
low.
right. The low. Second one's the low.
So it's only forward 4, which doesn't have the range.
Yeah.
So Jades are just sitting there countering at me.
You do back 4 and you sweep
That's all I did, and that didn't do anything. Just saying, throws shouldn't be countering.
Look, it's an NRS game, all right? There's just
but like I said,
things
it's
you have
Soul
to
Calibur
accept.
does it too. The reversal edge. Every time I get GI'd when I try to throw something, I get so mad because I'm like, this shouldn't be a thing. So oh man.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited for the game, and the beta made me even more excited. So that was pretty cool.
I'm just glad that when the game comes out, I won't have to play Scorpion anymore.
No, you won't.
So.
There's going to be other ones. I'm not going to play Baraka either.
Right.
Baraka is very good. Regardless of what they change balance-wise, I feel like he'll be good because he just has great buttons, good pressure, good mix-ups, good fireball. Like all that stuff would have to be bad for him to be not good. And they're not going to do that. So he's clearly a good character, and he was fun, but he's not the weirdo that I want.
Right.
Like, I want weird, complex stuff. I want to be in the lab. I want to come up with stuff. And Baraka, after having played him for several days, I basically know what he does.
Yeah,
and
he's very straightforward.
He'll do the same thing in a year.
Yeah,
right, and good at it. And if you're into that,
and the flag,
there you go.
and the flag wasn't as interesting. There was no reason to pick the flag as opposed to the lift, the gutted thing, because that thing, God, he would just do 40% damage.
Yeah, like either you're playing gutted, which is the launch special move,
or the low chop,
and he does a ton of damage, or you play the command grab. Because those are both 2 slots.
Oh.
You can't play them both.
Okay.
So there's the command grab one that I was playing where you put the little low in there, as a way to kind of mix up, plus the command grab. Or you do the launcher and whatever else you want. So there's like 2 ways to play them, it seems. Anyway, that's for the beta. The netcode continues to be amazing. Don't even worry about it.
Right.
Super strong. Ridiculous. Anything else to say about the beta itself?
No, just a great job on the beta.
100%.
Holy crap. I mean, the Hado came and played, and he was just like, I can't believe I'm playing this on your phone Wi-Fi, and it's so smooth. And, he's a KI player.
Yeah, that's right.
And he was like, this netcode is better than KI netcode.
I've heard people say that.
He was like, I can't believe how good this netcode is. Because he was even saying, like, some things he would run into in KI, and he was like, I'm not running into any of this at all. And, it was super consistent the whole weekend. I had some matches that went bad. I had some matches that died. But, I like the fact that the match dies.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because then you don't have to sit there and be like, do I really want to make it through this stupid match because this other guy really wants the points and I'm salty about that. The match just dies on you, you know what I mean? And then, like I said, but for the most part, I never, like, people who were Wi-Fi dodging, I just didn't even feel like there was any point to Wi-Fi dodging. Because it was
good.
So good.
It was
the whole entire time. So if that's any indication of how the game is going to be when it comes out, like, I can't see everyone not playing it because you're just going to have the best experience. You're just going to have the most fun playing this game online because you don't have to deal with, slideshow Street Fighter V anymore. You know what I mean? It's just, it's
pretty great.
The experience is just going to be so enjoyable for everybody. So I think, honestly, if you want to play a mainstream fighting game that's going to have a ton of people playing online, that you're never going to be sitting there searching, you just get to worry about people declining you all the time, right? But like, if you want to play a fighting game that has amazing netcode that, doesn't feel like everybody stopped playing, this is the game that's going to do it right here. So,
I highly agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
it really is. It's amazing.
I mean, you were, like I said, you were flawless blocking people on phone Wi-Fi tether.
Yep.
On 240 millisecond ping.
I have video of that, of me playing against it. And it even says on the bottom of the screen you can turn this feature on so you can see how much ping it is constantly. And it was 240 ms, and I was doing flawless blocking, and it felt A-okay.
It's ridiculous.
It was great.
So good.
So amazing.
So good.
All right.
Like, brings a tear to my eye.
I know. All right. Enough about the beta. So, big news. Big news today, according to Game Informer, which has had exclusive stuff, which I'll talk about in just a bit, including this new character. Mm-hmm. According to Game Informer, there are going to be no custom variations in competitive play. It's going to be...
No, by the way, I just wanted to mention, when people get mad at leaks or when they say, why not just reveal everyone, this is why. Game Informer has a deal with them. They've probably paid some extra money to have exclusives.
Probably.
And so when leaks come out, they ruin that. They ruin developers' ability to make a little extra money to help develop the game, et cetera, et cetera. It kind of ruins the hype and stuff like that.
I mean, it's bad for...
everybody.
It's bad for the media who doesn't get the clicks, it's...
So, honestly. But anyways, no custom variations.
So no custom variations is what they say. Now, in the recent past even, Ed Boon said that they would be illuminating on that soon. Well, and there is a Kombat cast on Thursday, and people are speculating that they'll talk about it then.
So there's that guy, what's his name, Mitsuo Owens or something like that? Mitsuo Owens. He tweeted just recently that what they're planning to do is that, it sounds like from what his tweet was, is that every character will have a lot more than 3 variations.
In the Game Informer article, they say that characters will have at least 2 variations and that some may have more.
Right. So he was saying that they are going to put together most of the strongest variations. So the strongest variation won't be missing from your selection. So in other words, Scorpion won't... Because Misery Blade's not on any of the 3 that's there.
It's not on
currently.
one of the default ones in the beta.
You
exactly. have to customize it in order to get Misery Blade, which seemed very important for the character. Mm-hmm. So, according to Game Informer, at least 2 variations per character and maybe more, and that may be on a character-by-character basis, so that some have 2 and some have 3 or 4 or whatever. And that they'll try to get all of the moves out into one of those variations at least. So,
by the way, I mean, we're talking about netcode on the chat over here, and LL Paul B is mentioning about Japan being the size of California. But even players from Taiwan will play against Japan, across water. I talked to Cien, he says whenever he plays people in Japan, it's fine. You're right. So it's just Asia's netcode the net infrastructure is a big difference than the U.S. The network infrastructure in the U.S. is just not only is the U.S. size a big problem, but it's just the quality of the infrastructure is.
I mean, when I'm playing dudes in SoCal, it's not great.
Right.
So it's not even.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure you've experienced the same, Paul. So. Anyway, what do you think about the variations not being customizable in the way that they were on the beta? In competitive play, obviously in casual play, you'll be able to do whatever.
I think that's kind of good because unless the only way that I would be sad about it is if they added the versus screen showing you their moves.
Yeah.
Right? Because if the versus screen actually showed you the moves, which you weren't doing, right? So you didn't know what their customization was.
So what I believe happened was that there were little icons that represented the moves.
Really?
That you could see.
Did I just not see that? Or?
I mean, they're not obvious.
They should be under the life bar.
It should be there the whole time,
should
not
be there
just on the character selection.
Or maybe under the super meter or something like that, right? Like if they did that, then I would be kind of sad with the no custom variations. But then there's also, the fact that you can edit the customization name. You know what I mean? Like I would just pick fire breather, and I would never fire breathe. You know what I mean? It's just like, I kept renaming it to not fire breather, just so they knew it wasn't fire breather, because I'm just trying to be nice, you know. But like, if they try to put in all the strongest variations, they could be wrong. And two, that might just be too many variations to have to scroll through. You just be ting, 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 ting. Oh my God, where's my variation? Oh, let's go back.
Well, I don't think it's going to be that many. It's
right. Well, that's the question. But can you not include everything that's everybody wants to play in tournament if you don't put almost every permutation in there?
Well,
right?
so the permutations that, it's not, I don't know how many there are, 10 per character or something. Whatever, it's 8 or 10 moves per character that you can customize. I don't know. And that doesn't mean that you can put each of them together, because some of them, of the 3 slots total that you can use, some take up 1 slot, but some take up 2, and some even take up 3. And some of them, even that are 1 slot, say that they conflict with others that are also 1 slot. Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, and then also, like Scorpion had the ability to charge up his spear, and if you didn't choose anything that gave him extra spear moves, it was literally useless.
Yeah.
So they just won't even put that as a variation,
exactly
right?
Baraka has these flag moves where you're like running with the flag and whatever. And if you don't have the move where you hit them with the flag first and then plant it, that's pretty useless. You have a flag that's a default thing to like slowly plant, and it takes forever, and you never use it.
Right.
So there are things that like obviously go together. It's not going to be something where there's going to be 10 variations possible. It's going to be a few. So I like the idea of a custom variation, because I did for a while play a weird one. I played command grab plus the flag knockdown, because the flag knockdown is like half screen. It's much bigger than it looks. The hitbox on it's huge.
Right.
So I was using it to like clear the screen of people. Kind of. It's not quite command grab range, but it's like pretty big.
Right. It was a good mid-range.
Yeah, mid-rangey kind of thing. Good knockdown that gave me the damage buff of the flag afterward. I didn't see anybody else playing that one. And so I like the idea of me doing that. But it's not super important to me.
Right.
And the one that I was mostly playing after that, the command grab plus the low stab, was basically what I probably should be doing.
Right. The one thing I will say is that whenever I went to customize menu to change my variations, it took like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And so putting that on the character select screen, I don't think would be that hard. In
it's
fact,
100% doable.
I wanted it
because
I got stuck fighting this Jade without Demon Dash.
Right, it's happened to me too.
Anything. I fought Cabal with Demon Dash, and I couldn't do anything because I couldn't punish anything anymore. And so I wanted to change, but I wanted to keep playing that guy, and there was no way to resolve that. You know what I mean? So I think if they just put it on the character select, I think it'll be great.
It would be like picking assists after picking your character.
Right.
It's
and it's
very
not even
similar.
that hard.
Yeah, I think
you just
so
see the slots there, and you just pick it and unpick it just like they had it. Just
and there's already a kind of thing like that. Like when you're selecting your character variation, if you pressed triangle on PlayStation 2, you would bring up this little menu that was like, here's your custom moves in this variation. Here's here's a little explanation of what it is, inputs and whatever. So there's clearly like already some little custom menu that they can put into there. Why not just put the one where you also just select them in the first place?
Yeah.
So it does seem doable to me, but obviously the balance would be harder to do. Would everybody just end up playing the Demon Dash plus the Misery Blade one? Like maybe they don't want you to do that. Maybe they want you to be like, all right, Scorpions, you can either have this mix-up / safety tool, or you can punish stuff.
Right.
Yeah, right. Maybe they don't want that, but as a player, that's obviously the best. So as you pick that custom variation and not the others.
Right. So in other words, if they come out and they force you to variations, and one of the variations doesn't contain something like that, like obviously one of the strongest combinations of any character, right? People are going to get mad. You know what I mean? They're going to be mad that they're not going to be able to use these kind of things. So I would like the custom variations. Like I said, the UI is already there for already selecting it and showing how it looks. It's not that hard. It's very easy to do. It's very fast. I mean, every time we turned the game off, you had to reset your customization again. That didn't take me any time at all.
No, it was very fast.
I would just go there, ding, ding, ding. The hardest thing was me typing not in front of Fire Breather.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
I had to retype Bardock every time.
But that's PlayStation's fault. I was Hank Scorpio for a long time.
Oh, that's
too,
good. That's
really
good. That's good.
So,
yeah. I mean, for me, even picking the custom looks was fast. Like, I got to like the red claws Baraka has on one. So I just like always went to those. And that was also very fast.
Yeah.
Easy to do.
I called the optimal Scorpion, I called it Dash of Misery at one point in time.
Nice.
Too. Yeah,
that's a good one. All right.
Yeah.
You were Miz canceling.
Miz canceling, yeah. Obviously very good. Once Scorpion gets in, he's super good.
Yeah.
But
hey, baby.
That was the tough thing about Jade, because she'd keep you out, and then her up 3 just like, God, up 3.
Super fun. I really am enjoying it. Final game will come out later this month. Now that
like I said, we've often talked about how you only have as much time to play certain fighting games. Yeah. I figured MK11 probably wouldn't be on my priority list or something like that, but it absolutely is now.
Okay,
so I'm super enjoying the game. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to drop off the list.
I know, right? Yeah.
So, God.
Yeah. I just trying to see. So it might be interesting. Shankar suggests that if NRS chooses to ban competitive variations for Pro Tour, then we should run separate custom variation side tournaments. That did happen occasionally for Injustice 2. There were a few tournaments I recall that were run that way. They were always side events. They never got many people.
Well, I mean, the hardest thing about it is that it was harder to set up, too, right?
That's true. It was harder to set up. And maybe that was the biggest issue. I'm not really sure. But on top of that, the issue was that people who are there at tournaments are playing a certain way. Like they're playing competitive.
Right. They want to practice what they need to prepare for the tour and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it would be super sick to have the variation of Swamp Thing that flies. Dude, that'd be so sick if I had the Swamp Thing that flew. Because he had legendary gear where he flew. You were flying up in the sky. I would love to have used that. I never did. Right. The entirety of Injustice 2, I never played it, even though I played a ton of Swamp Thing, and I really liked that idea, and I never did it because it wasn't what I was playing.
Practice again. Yeah.
It wasn't what I was. That's not the mode that I was playing.
Yeah.
The Captain Cold one, where he had mid-screen platforms that he could jump onto.
That's right. Yeah.
Dude, how super sick is that? And I never did it, and I never saw it. So I just don't think that people would be interested in playing a side tournament that is not the main way to do it. I guess we'll see. So, enough about that part, I guess, unless you have anything to say about how custom variations work. All right, so other stuff too. They talked about Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Jax on the Kombat cast last week. Did you watch any of that?
No, I didn't get a chance to see that.
Liu Kang, there's a variation of him that's basically Liu Kang. That's what you expect.
Okay.
There's also one of him that has a stance and a command grab, and the stance has has an overhead and a low, and it has a projectile parry where he has this little nunchucks and he goes bang, and he flicks it away. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And yeah, he has a command grab in that one also, and then he has one where he sets his fists on fire.
Oh, and right. He had that
once
before,
but once you have that, I think it does extra chip, which is what it did before. But this also gives you access to a teleport. Yeah, the teleport. And get this, you teleport into a fast overhead sky drop or into a fast behind them sweep. But only if you have your flames activated, so it's not going to happen constantly. And it doesn't lead to big damage. It's just here's a dumb mix-up, I think that's.
I hope they're both pretty punishable if you block
I don't know.
them,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that would make sense though.
Yeah.
One of his crushing blows. He's a parry as well, and if you parry somebody's wake up attack, then it crushing blows, and then you can launch them and you get all this damage.
I might try him too, just because I play. So you can always tell who I played. In MK2, I played Scorpion because he had the long combos.
Okay.
And then in MK3, I played Liu Kang because you could do the bicycle kick into the run up into the dial combo. So it's just all I ever tried to do. So all I ever wanted. So maybe I'll pick Liu Kang. So.
All right. Kung Lao has a variation that is Kung Lao. He's the same dude. And then he has one where
I like Kung Lao too.
The Great Kung Lao, which is a lore character, right? So the Great Kung Lao forever ago beat Shao
Kahn.
I don't think it was Shao Kahn actually. I think it was Shang Tsung.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
okay.
So his spirit comes and helps Kung Lao, and he does these little spirit shows up and he does extra stuff for you. He's got a hat throw that you can control with the joystick, so you're moving the hat places.
That's awesome.
He has teleport, of course. His meter burn teleport. So his teleport, he now just doesn't do I'm up in the ground, whatever his vertical teleport's been forever. He throws his hat somewhere, and the hat lands on the ground, and then he goes into the hat. He like turns small and goes into the hat, and then he like comes up from it. It's a way better animation.
Okay. Isn't just my planet needs me?
Exactly. Yeah, he's not just doing that. Yeah, it's like a little bit more involved.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty cool. He has a stance. Yeah, I think that was the stance. Was the Great Kung Lao stance.
Okay.
So anyway, he seems pretty cool. Good movement as always.
Okay.
And then you got Jax, which again has a variation. It seems like basically Jax.
Mm-hmm.
And then his gimmick is that the more he punches you, his arms get hot and they begin to glow. And when they glow, you do more damage. You get crushing blows that you wouldn't have access to otherwise, and you're basically like this terror at that point.
Okay.
So whenever you're doing a punch in a string, his arms begin to heat up. It looks pretty sick.
So in other words, once that happens, you're gonna drop them when it's hot.
Oh my God, you are so all right. So he has a command grab in one variation, which seems good. He's got a crushing blow out of that. It causes a restand in the corner. He has one variation that gives him an extra string that does a ton of punches. If you're like ramming them with punches, and that gives you hot hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Hot arms.
Hot arms.
Yeah.
Seems pretty cool. Anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff that they all seem very interesting. I really like Kung Lao's his animations. I think he looks really good this time.
Okay.
I was really happy to see that. Liu Kang looks better. His animations look great.
I mean, their faces just look much better.
Really good.
Yeah.
And Jax's, the way that his arms are animated when they glow, I think is really sick.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go look up all that footage.
Dude, looks really cool.
Okay.
Anyway, the reason I'm talking about animations is that because today Cetrion was revealed. The new character in Mortal Kombat. I hate her name. Her name bothers me.
Okay. Mortal Kombat has the worst names ever, right? They've just always had the worst names ever. Like, I think Garrus is a kind of a stupid name,
Garrus is a pretty dumb name.
Cetrion.
Although he is the ancient Greek god of old age.
And that makes Garrus okay? Or is that's what Garrus comes from?
That's where Garrus comes from.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Look, their names have always been really cheesy and corny. So, the fact that they called her Cetrion, I feel like kind of fits with that theme. So I'm not sure if I hate it or if I feel like they're doing it on purpose nowadays. So
for me, it looks like, you know how when you're listening to some music and they play some like discordant chord and it just never resolves and you're like, ugh. That's what her name looks like to me. I really don't like it. Like,
you tweeted that you feel like it should be Cetrion or something.
Cetrion or Citroen or something.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Words look like stuff to me. This is a weird thing to say, but like it's not. I don't mean the letters. I mean like when I'm trying to think about what word to put in a situation, I think about what shape of word I want.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
And that word is very. I look at it and it just is not the right shape.
Yeah.
I really don't like it.
No, it's the way that those savants do math. They picture numbers and shapes, right? Yeah. So like. They've even tested people before. They're like, what does this number look like to you? And they gave them clay and they molded it something like that.
Wow, that's cool.
And then like a week later, they asked him again, that same number. And he was like, molded it and it looks almost exactly the same. So it's not like it's just on the spur.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's how they do math. Like when they add two numbers together.
Yeah,
no, that's why when you said that, for me, I was just like, yeah, that makes total sense to me.
Wow, sick. All right.
So like you just,
gotta look into this.
it's also kind of like why I come up with puns all the time. Is because when I hear words, I automatically hear them. I hear them differently, and I start playing with it. And I don't do it on purpose. It just happens. You know what I mean? So. Yeah.
Anyway, so this word's very bothersome to me.
Shinnok is a stupid name too.
But I don't like Shinnok. But not for the same reason. I think it sounds dumb, but this looks the whole time she's now going to be in Mortal Kombat forever. She'll be in Mortal Kombat 13 and whatever. She's just going to be a character now.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's how they do it for the most part. I'll just have to look at that name. But anyway, so she was revealed today, and I don't know what to say.
She fights you with rocks and ice.
So she seems to be like an elemental character.
Some
She's like
people
an
said
elemental
that
god or something.
Everyone keeps comparing her to Avatar,
right,
like
sure.
Aang, and all that stuff like that.
She looks like a zoner maybe. She's like zoning you with rocks and fire and wind and stuff. And some of them look like interesting moves, like the wind thing that causes the opponent to spin around in mid-screen seems kind of interesting. I don't know what that is. Like there seems like some interesting game mechanic stuff in there probably. So.
I don't know. Like I honestly can't be more interested in this.
I could not be more interested in this character.
Like,
you mean you could not be less interested in this character or more?
I cannot be less interested.
Okay, all right.
I could not be less interested in this character, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
She even feels like a character put in there just to be less gory than other characters, because her fatality was really tame.
Dude, I feel like she was definitely a character that they designed for Injustice 2, and that super was somebody in Injustice 2's.
Right?
And then they were like, actually, we don't have time to put this character in the game. But we have a pretty cool Injustice 2 super where somebody gets really huge and then
shoots a laser
down.
Earth. Yeah.
And then originally in Injustice 2, that character who got hit would go, bing, and then a little bubble of hit sparks would come off of them, and they would fall down, and then they would get back up.
Right, yeah.
I really think that's what happened. And a bunch of her, a bunch of her animations are straight ripped from Injustice characters.
Oh, really?
She has Starfire Spinny Spin, her little like kind of air spinning.
Yeah.
It was one of her buttons. She has Swamp Thing Low Grab, which was his super. He would like go under the ground, and his little hands would come up on the other side. It was a super. This is not a super, but it's exactly the same animation. Some of her animations look just like Poison Ivy.
The thing is, you mentioned it. Remember, every super in Injustice ended with
yes, it's clearly Injustice.
Like, now that dude, this makes way too much sense. I need to pull out my tinfoil hat and give it to you right now.
I don't even think it's a conspiracy.
Yeah,
theory.
I know.
I think this is actually
beautiful.
what happened.
Actually, this is great.
Yeah.
She's Tremor's rock throws. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
It doesn't.
And it's just
it doesn't look good. And
not only that, but she's boring. Like, I am a god. I will. Like, it's just like personality. The look.
Right.
The look.
That's why I think this was an Injustice character, because that's what Injustice is. You know how much I like the gameplay.
Yeah, I know.
But the audio visuals are not good.
Right.
And this is exactly that. And it contrasts so sharply with the other characters I was just talking about. Liu Kang looks great. His animations are good and his model's good. Same thing with Jack. Same with Kung Lao. And then you got this character, and it's very weird.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Very weird.
I agree with you.
So I don't know. It's a big bummer.
Yeah, she does, and then like you said, on top of all that, the name isn't even good, right? So.
The character, I highly believe, Paco Stevens, if that is your real name, was made for MK11, of course. But you're telling me that super didn't come from Injustice? I'm gonna do one of these to you right now. Tell me that super didn't come from Injustice?
All right, someone screen cap that for me so I can turn that into an emote, please. Oh my god!
You're telling me that's not Swamp Thing straight up under the ground like super?
Oh man!
You know, of course, I'm sure she was made for the story in terms of her character.
Yeah. But they were just probably like, we have these animations we haven't used yet, right? So.
Yeah. As far as her gameplay, I mean, I don't know enough to talk about it. It looks to me like she's a zoner, and some of her ideas looked cool. Like there's, like I said, that wind thing I thought looked pretty cool. She's got big zoning tools. She at one point puts out some purple light that has rocks rotating in it. I don't know what to say. Like that's whatever that is. Maybe that's cool.
Oh man.
I see you in that chat. I don't know. I don't believe it.
Okay. Anyways.
Claims that these are from MK11 meetings, but people could have been inspired by DCF2 stuff. Could have been.
Anything else to say about Cetrion?
Just, you know what? Maybe on commentary I'll just call her Cetrion. Who's going to stop me? I get a call from Ed.
Yeah, I know.
David, come on. Got to keep up here.
Stop. Character's name is Cetrion. You're like, nope.
Yeah. Centurion, that's the thing.
Centurion.
Honestly, if he was even spelled Setrion, that would look fine to me. It's specifically CET that I see, and it bothers me.
Yeah, and it makes me think of like the old man, vitamins that I take from Centrum. Yeah,
it's Centrum. Yeah, like if it was the root scent, 100.
100%. There needs to be a silver color of her, so you can call her Centrum.
Yeah. I looked up what the Greek root is for set because I had never heard that, and it's a whale. It means whale.
Dude, Dragon's so excited about this character too.
Yeah, man. I mean, the gameplay I think could be definitely interesting. I don't have any criticism on
but
that
I think
front.
he was excited for the character. Like, he was like, oh my god, it's like Avatar, you know, and all this, like,
cool.
old lady doing this. And I was like, okay.
Cool. Yeah, I hope...
he's into old ladies then, so, you know.
I hope that people like it.
No, sir, I do not like
That's talking about Dragon Ball pretty soon. That's going to be like my whole line in there as well. But anyway, yeah, I mean, the gameplay I'm looking forward to hearing more about. Of course, you guys make super fun, interesting characters, so I'm not concerned about that side. Anyway, you get the point.
Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate because they've been kind of on hitting so
Dude,
much.
yeah, Johnny is such a sick character.
Dude, old
What can you
and
say
young
about
Johnny are like both so cool and everything. And
they have Shang Tsung, the actor from the movie. Like there's all these super great
but
hits.
he still looks like he's walking the granddaughter to the market. Okay, so
maybe there's a story reason for that. I'm just saying like
so sick
there's
if
like
there
all
was.
these cool like hits, and they did a great job on a lot of stuff, and then
right.
She's just walking around with her hands like this. I don't know. But anyway. So...
Any other MK stuff to talk about?
Yes, one more thing, and this is more of a community thing. So Summit of Time nominating is currently happening.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
So
yes,
you know
yes.
how there have been summits in the past, and you have a nomination process for who gets into the summit for Dragon Ball, for Smash, whatever it is. There's a nominating process before the voting process starts. The nominating process is currently going on. So if there's anybody that you all are interested in for nominating to then vote for later, this is the time to do it. The window is until the 8th.
Katana Prime.
He is currently definitely going to make it in.
Oh, is he? Oh, sweet. Okay.
The top 20 nominated, I don't know, whatever you phrase that as, people who get the top 20 most nominations will make it into the voting round.
Do they have a list of the current
They currently
standings?
do. So
Okay.
on this right now are Rizzo, who's a player from France, who's blowing everybody away. You have Killer Shinnok, player from Brazil, who's in second place pretty clearly. And then you have Katana Prime in third place right now.
Okay,
Clearly.
okay, cool.
Waz, who's sometimes in this chat, so what's up if you're in there? Congrats
That's a
on how things are
Wasminator?
going. Yep.
Okay.
He's currently in fourth, so I think it's pretty cool. Like France, Brazil, and Australia are all pumping their dudes.
I'm glad about that.
And then you got Biohazard, then Gross, then you have Beyond Toxin and Shujinky Dink. You have Tweety, Destroyer, Silverai, Rewind, Gur, Samij, Big D, Daddy, who used to go by Buffalo,
Slayer.
Axie, Slayer, Full Auto, Michelangelo, Cusco, MIT. There's I think that's about where it ends. Irish Mantis is just outside of it.
Okay.
So if you all are interested in nominating, this is the time to do it. You can go to the Summit of Time page on Smash GG, just like search for that on there, and you'll get a lot more information. There's also a lot of info on Reddit and Test Your Might, and players are tweeting about it constantly, of course, to try to get themselves nominated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So help out if you are interested.
Cool.
I think honestly, I'm rooting for Tweety a little bit. He obviously did a bad thing in terms of how he kind of lashed out when the first Summit players were announced or were rumored even. That was really bad, and he has owned up to that and has apologized and is like really contrite, it seems. And I do feel kind of that he's learned his lesson, and so I don't know.
Let's give him another chance.
Yeah, for sure,
Let's give
for
him
sure. I
another
mean,
chance,
he's a good kid in person, so I don't. Yeah, I mean, if he hadn't apologized, I think I would feel differently about it, but he has. Anyway, I mean, I get people's position if you don't want to support him, but we'll see.
Okay.
It's obviously not the voting stage yet. This is just the nominations. Get in there if you are interested. And that's all I got for MK.
All right, so let's take a quick break. I'll get Tuboware onto the line during the break, and then we will come back with some DBFZ patch notes stuff.
Yes.
So be right back, guys. Be right back. Let's see if we can get Tuboware on here, shall we? Come on, Discord. Oh, that's why. Okay. All right. I accidentally closed Discord, didn't I? Jesus.
Nope.
Oh, no, I still have it. Oh, because Discord is weird and stupid like that. Because when you No, where did it go? Where the hell did my Discord go? Discord has completely disappeared, but I hear you. So you can hear me right now, Tubo?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm just listening to you old man it up and not know what
I see they changed the icon when you're doing this. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Do you want me to use this picture instead, Tubo?
Use whatever picture you want, man. I'll send you a nude if you want.
Oh, God, please. I mean, it's okay. I'm good with where I'm at right now, so I'll use Happy Tubo here. Alrighty, cool. Well, this was the easiest getting this audio to work that I've ever had to encounter, so that's good.
James, I wanna come on Uncensored with you one time.
What do you want to rant about? Tell me.
I don't know, man. You pick the subject. Just make sure it's something I'm not completely clueless about.
Okay. I'll have to think about that then, because I would like to find something that you're passionate about. You know.
I mean, most fighting games, but I mean, dude, we can talk about it. You know me. You know me well. We can talk about anything.
We'll do it. Let me see here. I just want to make sure that I have your name right and everything. So, you are... Only if I get to call you Brandon the whole time, okay?
That's fine. Brandon, Brock, Tubbo, Tubo, Turbo. I have so many names. Turbo. They all work.
How often do you get called Turbo?
Nowadays, not as much as I used to.
Okay.
But that's because I'm a big esports celebrity making big bucks.
It's true. Yeah. Just like all of us, right?
Yeah, we're very rich.
It's this great windfall of cash.
That's something we could go in on for sure. That could be an uncensored subject.
Oh God, yes, we could definitely talk about that for quite some time. Oh man.
What does Tuboware play? Well, Sublime, let me tell you.
What's that, Tubo?
I'm talking to the chat, man. I'm keeping
nice.
your people entertained. So Sublime, I play Dragon Ball now, but I'm mostly known as a versus game player, so Marvel essentially. But in the Street Fighter 4 days, I was a pretty strong Blanca in the Midwest. I got really good at KI really fast. I didn't play KI till Season 3, but I think that's mostly because most KI players are fucking trash.
Damn.
So you shouldn't let somebody 3 years behind start placing like 9th and 13th out of 80-man tournaments. It shouldn't happen. And I was. So all y'all KI players can hold that.
I mean, that's the toughest part, especially for the NRS community, is they've had to deal with
Paul B chiming in. I know he has thoughts.
That's always been the toughest thing for the NRS community too, because they've had to deal with that reputation forever, right?
You know, I think that's not rightfully so, though.
No, right. It's not true at all.
I think KI players were mad lazy. I don't think NRS players are lazy. I think they complain a little too much, but they're not lazy.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Damn, Paul B is coming at you right now.
What do you say?
Tuboware says that he started playing KI in Season 3.
Rinky Dink, I'm pretty sure I got 13th at Frosty Faustings.
And he was saying that all KI players are trash because he shouldn't be getting 13th place at tournaments. And now Paul B is getting mad. So
I will say that game was the easiest I've ever had. That game is the easiest time I've ever had of getting up to the top level rank in a fighting games online play system.
Damn. Okay, so David is going in with Tuboware.
However, I think that the top level players were legit.
Right, of course. Top layer players are always legit.
Yeah. I mean, granted, that's a given.
Damn. Got some fights here in the chat. Let's do this.
Oh, I mean, of course people are going to be mad when they hear their whole community is bad, but there's maybe 10 KI players who are actually really, really strong fighting game players. Mm-hmm. And that's just the truth. I'm not saying that I was one of them either, by the way. I'll make that very clear. But I'm not saying that I'm a godlike player. I'm just being honest that the overall skill level is low compared to many other fighting games.
This is why you need to come on Unchenzord, right? So
yeah,
so you can just get everybody mad and say things that enrage people.
I mean, making Paul B mad is like the wind blowing outside in the springtime. That shit just happens. So I'm not worried about that one.
Dang.
Oh man.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready to come?
Oh yeah, we can do this. Let's talk about some Dragon Ball.
Okay, you guys all ready? You ready, David?
Sure.
Or do you want to get some bites in?
No, it's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that? Chana masala.
Correct.
Is that just like chickpeas or something?
Yeah, basically chickpeas.
Okay. Chickpeas and sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And some naan, garlic naan.
All right, ready?
All right. Yep.
Go ahead and scoot a little bit further to your right, David, just so we have room for Tubo picture.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Whoa! Look at that handsome fella right in the middle there between us.
Yeah, check him out, Mr. Tuboware in
Brandon
the house right
Brockman.
now.
That's what everybody calls him. Everybody calls him Brandon in real life. So
That's what I call him.
For
That's
sure.
what I call him, dude.
That's right. Call him Brandon. He also likes to be called Bran. So if just everybody
I've
knows.
literally never been called that in my life.
That's
Well-
so we got. Anyway, hey, what's up, Bran?
I mean, you could just call him Turbo if you.
That's
need
true.
to.
Turbo's fine. Hey, what's up, dude?
Chilling. I'm sitting here butt naked, enjoying the show.
Nice. That's how most of us do the show.
Why not?
I mean,
I'm
down
inspired
here,
by Viscant.
like down here, right? I mean, I'm wearing shirts up here, but down here, trust me, there's not a lot going on down there.
Well, he means that in a couple of different ways, folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. Dragon Ball FighterZ had a significant patch last week, and we haven't yet talked about it because neither James nor I know anything about the game. And obviously it's a significant game, so we'd like to give it some shrift. We don't want to short it too much. And I know that you are playing and stomaching the game, so I thought that I would invite you on to talk about it. What? Oh, my bad.
I mean, you say stomaching, and the funny part about it is, I actually have been kind of stomaching it lately. Like, I was getting burnt out on where the game was headed, how it was being played.
Are you talking
And then
about
this-
pre-patch?
I'm talking about pre-patch,
Okay.
yeah. I was getting real bored of the game. Like, all right, I get it. We all get it. This is what it's going to be. And now Arx has decided to flip everything and dump it on its head, and the game looks real Marvel-like all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah, from all the stuff that I've been seeing, they've shaken it up quite a bit. It just seems like the combos have gotten more unique, which I kind of like. Like, characters are doing different routes instead of like the standard kind of things.
Yep.
But
Okay.
I also feel like, well, not counting the glitch, which we can get into a little bit later on, but it feels like the game is way more TOD heavy now, huh?
So I feel like the game was already pretty TOD heavy, mostly because the ability to come back just kind of isn't there. I mean, if you have 2 characters left against 3, you have a chance, but 1v3, you're not gonna come back. Like, I mean, you shouldn't come back, I should say.
Yeah.
It happens rarely.
Even if you have, say, sparking left, you can't do a
Yeah,
1v3?
yeah. And that's another thing with this patch. I feel like level 3 sparking is a waste. If you don't use level 1 or 2 sparking, you messed up.
Yeah, I mean, Dawn was even telling me that at Frosty Fausting, even before the patch. She said that's just the meta of the game now, that you don't use level 3 sparking anymore, that it is just about level 1 sparking or level 2 sparking early on to kill somebody, basically.
Yeah, or even just to stay alive. You, like I said, you want to keep that character count. And that's remained true for a little while now, but I feel even way more so. There's times I had my local last night, and if my character got touched and put in the corner at the beginning of the match, I was sparking immediately. As soon as I hit the ground, I'm sparking. Like, get off me. I don't want to deal with your pressure. I'd rather play neutral. And I don't know where the game is headed. It's either going to go like late Marvel 3, where you're going to want to play neutral so carefully because you don't want to get touched, or it's going to go early Ultimate Marvel 3, and everybody's going to get their shit rushed down and killed immediately. So I don't really know where the game pacing is going to go right now. Either way, I think it's more exciting than it was before.
Okay.
Does it feel like the snapback meta is still because that became kind of a predominant thing as time went on, right? Like towards the end of the game last season, it felt like that was kind of where the game was going, where it was just like the what do you call it, what's the Red Devil's name again in Marvel? Kidnap
the
you.
Red Devil?
Red Reamer.
Firebrand.
I'm remembering his original names. Yeah. But that was like his little stupid, Apology Man mix-up. Kind of felt like that's where the game was going, right?
I mean, that wasn't even a mix-up. That was unblockable. And if you play Piccolo correctly, that's kind of how it should still feel.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
You're probably not going to get out of the situation. And yeah, I think the snapback meta is still going to be huge for a very long time. The difference is now your blue life recovery is much shorter, much smaller.
That's right.
And characters have more routes and more combo variation. So you're going to see players finding ways to build more meter, do more damage, and kill faster, which you didn't really see last season.
Interesting. Okay, so
and you're not going to necessarily need touches of death to do that. You're going to be able to pull that off with with 2 bars and no sparking eventually.
Right.
I think.
So the question then is, obviously one of the biggest concerns about the game in the last season was its length. Was it just took forever to kill people? Top 8s took like 4 hours, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
From what you said, it sounds like the game is going to be a lot faster now.
I'm hoping so, but it could turn to the point again where neutral is so important that people are going to play very slowly and carefully and not want to get hit.
Okay.
But the good news is you're going to be able, if you do get that hit, you're going to be able to snap people back and forth. And so many characters now have the ability to snap back solo meterless, which is huge.
Oh, dang. Okay.
You can keep people in the corner. You don't have to spend meter, and you're going to be able to kind of run that train and just get your set play going and just absolutely mollywop people. It's gonna look very Marvel 3 like in that fashion, I think.
Okay. So, just from your pulse on the scene right now, talking to or just listening to a lot of the top players who play this game and everything, how's their reception been so far?
I mean, just based on Twitter comments alone, so many people are excited that, oh, my character doesn't suck anymore. And I think that's really true. To be fair, I don't think that many characters sucked in the first place. But I think that a lot of characters that were borderline viable, like Goku Blue, all of a sudden are very viable and super exciting to play. Like Hit was real close to being viable, and now it's like, okay, this character, he really fucks.
Yeah,
like,
Blue Goku was the character that I've heard everybody mentioning at first. Like right when the patch dropped, everybody was talking about Blue Goku.
Yeah, he doesn't require assist to get sliding knockdown anymore.
Okay.
Besides just like the standard launch into H.
Right.
But he has like the dive kick now that actually causes slide knockdown and sets up other things. Yeah, he has a lot of stuff, a lot of combo ability in the corner. If I'm not mistaken, he has solo snapback without assists and without meter. So yeah, that character seems pretty nuts.
Right.
What about the balance overall? Do you feel like it's improved?
I don't think there was a balance problem before.
Yeah,
I
I don't mean to imply that it was bad before, but like, is it? I guess what I'm really asking is sometimes Arxis kind of screws things up, or doesn't really seem to have like a clear idea of how to balance things. Do you think that happened this time, or are we still good?
No, I think they just made everyone nuts.
Okay.
I tweeted when like maybe 2 or 3 days after the patch came out that this is DBFZ Rainbow Edition. Because everybody has something nuts now.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like from all the tech that I was seeing everyone post up, it just looked like everybody had something crazy now. So from what I had seen, it looked like it was really good. Ginyu, I saw him, like he can just like combo into the body change like by himself now, because you can call what's-his-face like full screen, and like there was just like even just calling his whole Ginzu force right there, like they added a whole bunch of different variations to it. So
characters like Birder didn't have a ground variation, and now he does, and things like that.
Yeah,
the Gyoza force. Damn, now I'm getting hungry. Thinking about gyoza. Wasn't that what it's called?
No.
What is
Ginyu.
It is Ginyu Force? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it
that's
was
his
Ginyu
name,
Force
James.
the whole time. Okay. I know his name was Ginyu, but I thought it was Ginyu.
Oh, dang, all right.
Yeah, okay. I don't know anything about it.
I mean, look, my biggest concern about the game is that I've previously, as somebody who has totally checked out of it for the last almost year, half year at least, was that it seemed like too many characters played too similarly, and that there wasn't like, although obviously there are differences, there wasn't like the same kind of differences to the degree that exists in many other games. Do you feel like that has changed?
Not much, no, because Arxis seems to, and I'm assuming that in collaboration with Shueisha or Toei or whoever, but it seems like they don't want to make zoning a focal point, and that doesn't mean it's not there or viable at all. Like, there's definitely some characters like Broly and Frieza that have the ability to play keep away for a limited amount of time, but when you give every character the best movement option in the game, and every character's best movement option goes through half the projectiles in the game, it kind of wipes out that playstyle.
And they all have Vanish at the same time, right? So.
Yeah. Everybody gets the best movement options. So, it's a little hard to make zoning viable with that situation and not make it overpowered.
I guess I didn't just mean zoning, but it seems like many characters' mix-ups are similar, and the way that they move is similar, and
everybody has the best two movement options. Everybody has Super Dash Vanish.
I guess,
all right. Yeah, it's kind of universal in that way. But I do think the characters have different game plans once they start their pressure strings.
Okay.
For example, there's a lot of characters that are going to want to use a lot of stutters, like Bardock. And then there's characters that have late string lows that turn into 50-50s between, like for Cooler, you can do your whole string and then you can basically end it with either 6M, which is a universal overhead, or 6H, which hits low. So you can get double low or low overhead or overhead into low with assist. And like the way you shift up your strings and your pressure does differ from character to character. There's even characters like Jiren who want to bait you into pressing buttons because a lot of his strings end negatively, but he has a counter that he can throw out at the end of his string and bait you into doing really stupid stuff like hitting buttons. So, yeah, I don't think the variation comes in like I'm a zoner, I'm this type, I'm a brawler, I'm a grappler.
Okay.
I think it's more in how you pressure your opponent.
Okay. Bummer, dude. The whole reason I asked that question is because I figured it was changed. I wasn't trying to cast more doubt on it.
Nope. Yeah, I don't think that's ever really going to change. I don't think that's in the design plan. At least it doesn't seem that way. But maybe in DBFZ 2.
Yeah, I mean that might be just like you said, might be a Toei or whatever the company called is. I don't remember what it was called, but a Shueisha, yeah. I mean, it could just be their decision that they don't want to make the characters too different so that it's easy for people to learn and jump between two different characters and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah,
maybe.
I definitely think there's some design choice there, and the fact that they want casual players to be able to pick up and play whoever.
Right.
Who do you think is the best now?
Oof, man, probably.
I mean, I see a lot of people talking about Piccolo.
Yeah. I think he's the easy choice for number one.
Okay.
I'm not sure that he is number one, but I could be biased because I play Piccolo.
Right, yeah.
And I don't want to say my character is the best, but he's damn good. I mean, he's consensus top 5 for sure.
Okay.
I think Blue Goku probably has an argument now.
Dang, okay, that's how much better you got, huh?
Personally, I think Cooler is extremely strong. He's like big body Cell is the way I think of him. Speaking of, Cell is really good again. Man, I could seriously name like 20 characters, and I think all of them are viable.
That's good to hear. Does anybody suck?
Probably Krillin still. I haven't seen anything great
for Krillin. Man,
you know he's the strongest human.
Right. And so
that doesn't matter, huh?
They're just gonna leave him that way. Okay.
Yeah, Krillin. I mean, maybe there's some secret Krillin stuff I've never seen.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's very strong.
Okay.
Even Krillin players think that he's worse now.
Yeah, that's
they think he's
disappointing.
Even worse now? Oh, dang. Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty disappointing. He has some cool movement options with his Ki Blast and things like that, but Yeah, I mean, even base Goku got a lot stronger. So,
Okay.
17 got stronger. I think Krillin might be the worst.
21 is better now, right? So
Alioun is saying that she's better and worse. I don't know the details on why, but she does have an easy corner knockdown without using meter now. She can do a normal launch combo into command grab, and she has a teleport behind that spikes people back down. It doesn't require any extra meter, so she gets better combo extensions.
Okay. Cool.
And it looks really cool, so
nice.
that matters.
Yeah, some people in the chat are saying that Leffen said 21 got a lot better.
Yeah, but Leffen bailed on 21 when she was still pretty good, so...
Oh, man. Well, I mean, how excited are you for this new season? Are you okay, well, first of all, before I even get into that, the glitch. How does the glitch work? Because it sounds exactly like MVC3. Like, it's you need a cinematic super...
It's similar.
Yeah.
It's similar, but I want to say it's only with 17 that starts it, and it's only from a raw super. You can't combo into it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's way more limited.
It's not as good as people are trying to make it seem.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to use 17, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Please, someone correct me if I'm wrong. But his super continues the scaling at where it was. So if there's no scaling with the super, you can combo from 17 to Cooler to Trunks and it kills.
Right. It's just straight up that way. It's just 1-1-3 and they die, right?
Yep. And Namco Arxis already said that they're going to fix Namco.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I don't even really want to make it even sound like a remotely big deal, because that's getting fixed for sure. So
man, to be honest though, I kind of wish that it was Universal and everybody died in one hit, because that's the Marvel 3 player in me.
Dude, I hear you, man. I hear you.
And especially if you could land a raw super like that. If you could land a raw super, I mean, why not, right?
Sure. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of wish it was just like, but he just exploded when you touched him.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a Marvel 3 player at heart.
I hear you.
I love the don't get touched gameplay.
Right.
I hear you. Yeah.
Oh man. But so then, obviously not counting this glitch or whatever, like, how excited are you for this season? And how excited do you feel like everybody is for this season?
I feel like if you're a Dragon Ball player, you're ready, you're excited, you want to see what happens with the tour. If you're not a Dragon Ball player, you're probably not going to be that excited.
You don't think it'll change? You don't think it'll change like people's opinions?
I don't think it's going to drag in new players, no. Because like what Dave was talking about earlier, most characters, especially if you don't play the game, you're going to feel they all play the same.
Right.
You're going to see a lot of really long strings into pressure, into a hard to block situation, into a reset, and consider over and over again. It's not going to be very exciting for someone who's not already playing the game.
Right.
And I think Arxis kind of failed on that front, because they tried to make it beginner friendly and very obvious what was happening. But they should have known better that that's not how versus games work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
people always find complexity in that kind of game. Like, you always, regardless of what the intentions of the developer, it seems, there's always wild crap that comes up, which is good. I mean, I'm not opposed to that.
By the way, completely off topic. I feel like if you took your non-bread right now and just ripped off one corner of it, it would look a lot like the Millennium Falcon.
I think it looks more like Squidward's head.
Like, lift it up.
Okay.
See, look. Honestly, see, it's got the forked front at the front, so if you just ripped off one of the corners, it would be like the Millennium Falcon.
It looks like a Metroid to me.
Yeah, I can see Metroid.
Why are we doing an ink block test with your non
I don't know. I'm not sure.
What's happening right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay, anyways, sorry.
Hey, anything else to say about the game or what you're up to or whatever?
Yeah. I want to tell Arxis and Namco and Bandai and all those guys, can you give us details about this year's tour? Because we've had 2 majors and we've heard nothing.
Okay.
That's right.
It was announced pretty late last time, wasn't it?
It was announced before Combo Breaker, but the first tour tournament was not till after Combo Breaker. It was CEO that was the first event.
Right.
So I'm expecting that to happen again, most likely.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it would be great to have more info, of course.
But yeah, I want to hear what do they have planned? and I'm hoping there's more DLC because I didn't want another Goku. I was very
You did not want
very
another Goku?
loud. No,
Why?
No, I was very loud, and I hate more Goku
Why?
because the universe is full of very, very interesting characters, and we don't need another Goku.
Well, isn't Baby Goku interesting?
Listen, David, I don't care if it's naked Goku, hungry Goku,
Hungry
blue Goku, red Goku. I don't care.
Hungry Goku.
There's so many cool villains in this series that are not being utilized right now. Instead, we have Broly and Broly DLC.
That's
And
right,
a bunch
yeah.
of Saiyans and some Goku. Like, it's disappointing, man. I want some Janemba. I want anything besides Goku. I mean,
Well, but what if it's Monkey Goku?
What, as the next DLC?
Yeah, why not?
I'll quit the game.
I
I
know-
swear to God, I will sell my PlayStation.
Your PlayStation.
The whole thing can go.
Dang. Okay. Well, cool. If you could pick one person right now to be the next DLC, who would you want?
Like one character from Dragon Ball, the next DLC?
If someone came up to you and was like, you get to pick the next character DLC, who would you pick?
It would be Final Form Janemba. But
Okay.
I do want more female characters in the game.
Because
There's not
I
enough.
know someone who really wants Khalifa and Kale.
Yeah, I will be totally okay with either of them because there's nothing but a bunch of yellow-haired dudes fighting. I'm tired of seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Well, you want to plug anything or talk about anything else?
Yeah, follow me at Tuboware. And follow my Instagram because I don't really use Facebook anymore. I've actually started deleting everyone on Facebook that's like not a real friend.
Yeah, I did that too.
So-
That's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Your
wanted to
Facebook,
use-
by the way, is like my favorite.
My
David.
Facebook's your favorite?
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm like,
buddy.
I always like all your shit because
Yeah.
it's hilarious and no one else appreciates it.
You know what's funny is that, so like John and Andres and those guys like a lot of my stuff, but a lot of my friends have told me in person that they think it's hilarious, but that they don't want to like the things because other people will see that they like them. Which I thought was a big compliment.
If only I cared that.
That'd be awesome. That is like a compliment.
Yeah, I
that just
think that's
gives
a
you more
compliment, to be
power,
honest,
right? Yeah, exactly. Man, I need to. But the problem is, I've accepted way too many people on Facebook, and it's so hard to unfriend people.
I had 2,000 some friends, and I've whittled it down to 7. When I get it down to like 2 or 3.
Well, you cut out right there, and you said it. You sounded like you whittled it down to 7.
Yeah, oh no, 700.
Yeah, 700. Okay, yeah.
But I want to get it down to like 200 or 300, and then I'm
Yes.
gonna like start deleting everything on Facebook because I just wanted to communicate with people. That's it.
Telefun,
Yeah.
you are not that far off.
What?
Actually, you said, what is it like? Lots of fart jokes?
Oh, on my Facebook, is it lots
Yeah.
of fart jokes? I mean, basically the categories are like fart jokes, existential crisis / jokes, and politics.
Mm-hmm.
Those are basically the 3. Right? I mean, that's
Yeah, that's about right. It's about right. So.
My favorite
good
feature
stuff.
on Facebook is where it shows you your posts from years ago.
Dude, you repost everything that ever comes up on your timeline because you laugh at
David's
your
so
own
proud
jokes.
of it.
For sure.
He laughs at his own jokes constantly.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, are both of you guys going to be a combo breaker?
You
Yes.
know it, friendo.
Great. I want to plug Combo Breaker. Everybody should go to Combo Breaker because it's the best tournament in the world.
I think you're right about that. I also heard
Yeah.
that today is the last day to pre-register. I mean,
definitely
for the
is.
early bird. Or the
Yeah.
bird.
No, regular. Early bird's over. It's regular registration.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And late reg starts tomorrow. So combobreaker.org. Hit that up.
Yeah. Also, one other thing too. Congratulations again on all the weight loss that you've
Oh,
been
100%,
having.
dude, yeah.
So
you know, I'm proud of you.
you're looking
Oh, yeah,
good,
thanks,
dude.
man.
You're looking good. Well, I mean, you're looking even more good.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen you in person since you started all this, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm 117 pounds officially.
Oh, wait, you're what?
It sounded like you said you're 117 pounds now.
No, yeah, well, no, I'd be dead most likely. That would be way too.
Right.
117 down.
Down. Okay. Gotcha.
Good stuff,
okay.
dude.
Okay. Good stuff.
But
good
yeah,
stuff.
so.
No, because I got to hang out with you a little bit at Combo Breaker last year, and like I said, I could see it in your face, and that was already almost a year ago, and I know you've lost a lot more since then, so that's really, really cool. So.
Yep.
Oh, no. It wasn't last year. I saw you at Frosty Faustings is where I saw you at.
Yeah.
That's where I saw you. Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah, that was like 4 months and 50 pounds ago.
Dang. So you've lost 50 more since then, huh?
Yeah.
Dang.
We go hard.
You. Look at you.
Good job, man.
Good job.
Well, I'll definitely see you there.
Yeah, I'll see you guys there. Mr. G, I really, really wanted to play Power Rangers, and then it came out and it had way too many bugs and glitches, and I don't think they have the budget to fix it. So I'm not going to invest time until they actually fix it. But I was extremely excited for the game. I thought it looked super.
Yeah, the gameplay I do think looks cool, but the fact that there's no switching and blocking to high or low, if you're like animated in one side or the other, is
yeah. There's just too many game-breaking bugs.
Yeah.
I'm all about some garbage games.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I mean, the assists don't
have
scaling or hit stun deterioration. And the way you switch characters is you call them and then you hit the assist button again and they stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they don't lose that property.
Oh, no.
So there's just infinites. If you hit someone with an assist and switch to them, you can just juggle them forever and stuff like that. There's a lot of like little... I mean, I was expecting these kind of things to happen all over the place, to be honest with you. Yeah. So
that's a hard type of game to balance.
Yeah, Battle for the Grid is what we're talking about. Alt Zero Star, the Power Rangers fighting game. So...
Yeah, but I mean, if they fix this stuff, big patch, and I'll be all in. I'll buy all the DLC and I'll support it. But
cool.
I don't want to spend $40 until that happens because I've been burnt on games before.
It's $20.
Well, it's $40 if you get the DLC.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and I'm a competitive player, so I got to get that DLC. They got me.
Fair enough.
I hear you on that.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you,
right,
and we will definitely be seeing you at Combo Breaker, which is what weekend again?
Memorial Day weekend, May 25th, 24th.
So it's just about 2 months away then, less than 2 months away.
Sir.
Okay, there you go.
All right, dude. Later.
All right, guys. Later.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Anytime.
All right, and we'll definitely find an uncensored topic for you to come in.
Dude, just let me know. Not this week. I'll be in Scotland on Thursday.
Hey, you're going this week.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, I leave Thursday night.
Have a blast, dude.
I'm following you. I'm heading to Spain, so I'm just trying to be as close to you as possible. So.
Yeah.
Down the street.
Yeah, exactly. So.
All right, guys.
See ya.
Later, dude.
Okay.
Sometimes when I go home, my mom asks me like, "So, are you just getting high all the time and posting on Facebook?" She legit has asked me that.
She's on your Facebook?
Yeah.
You can get away with that with your parents on Facebook with them as your friends, huh? Do you not actually, do the filters? Because, sometimes I'll post up status and specifically just remove my parents from that status.
No, I don't. I do that with people I don't know very well, but I know them pretty well.
Okay.
I've met them a couple of times.
Oh, okay. You've met your parents a few times?
Couple of times.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I could get away with that. I don't honestly think I can get away with that. So, all right.
Well, there you go. Thanks again to Tuboware.
Closer to each other.
Alrighty. We still have some stuff to talk about, by the way. There's actually some important stuff. Do you want to do the Evo thing first? What do you want to do now? You got the other one first.
Yeah, let's just talk about this first.
Okay.
So.
Cool. So, Battle of BC 3 happened over the past weekend. Mm-hmm. Some cool stuff occurred. For example, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, ESAM won with Pikachu and Yoshi. That was pretty cool. Ally got second with Snake and Mario. Captain Zack's up there right afterward, playing Peach, Daisy, Bayonetta, and Palutena. Pretty cool, etc. Then also in Melee, Axe won it with Pikachu.
So Pikachu won both tournaments?
Yes.
Pika.
Yeah. That's cool. Second place was Zane with Marth. Nice work.
It's not going to be Pika top tier anymore. It's Pikachu, right?
Third place, the top three were Pikachu, Marth, and Captain Falcon. S2J got third.
Okay.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Fourth and fifth, Hax and SFAT playing Fox. Fifth also was some guy named Chango Jigglypuff, who we may be talking about.
A little bit, yeah.
Then Shroomed with Sheik and Marth, tied with Fogibro with Ice Climbers, who we may also be talking about. So why are we talking about this? Congrats on the tournament. It sounded cool.
So,
Talk to me, James.
very, very kind of blew up, actually. So there's a match that happened in that tournament, as you mentioned, between Chengo Jigglypuff and Fogo. Wasn't it? Was the name?
Fohebro.
What is it? Oh, yeah, Fohebro. The Ice Climbers. And what happened is that's a bad matchup. That's a terrible matchup. Ice Climbers versus Jigglypuff. Ice Climbers don't have very good mobility to chase Jigglypuff very well. Oftentimes kind of came down to wobbling to be able to win that match. Wobbling was banned at this tournament. And in this match, those two played each other.
They did.
And what happened was that Chengo decided to... he was up a stock.
In the final game.
In the final game.
Game 5.
Yeah, in Game 5. So it was very close. But in Game 5, he was like, you know what? I'm just going to... And they played... It was on Kirby Dreamland. Or Fountain.
I think it was on Fountain,
yeah. It was on Kirby Fountain, which has the 3 platforms. So basically, he was just jumping back and forth between the platforms, and Chengo couldn't catch him. So at some point in time, Chengo just stopped. He just stopped. He literally just stopped. And this was after 4 matches of already exhibiting a lot of frustration, right? So he was already getting kind of mad about it. So he literally stopped. And he stopped moving. He just stood on the platform.
Are you saying that Chengo was the Ices? Chengo was the Puff.
Chengo was the Puff. Yeah. So okay. Chengo was playing, and then the Ice Climbers, Fohebro, just basically stopped. They just go out on one of the platforms.
Yeah, Chengo's running away. Fohebro has to chase. Fohebro stops chasing.
So he stops chasing, sits there, and Chengo runs all the way to the side, and then they just both sit there. And neither of them move, and the timer just goes for a very long time.
Yeah.
To the point where Fohebro actually just gets up, unplugs his controller, and walks away.
Throws his controller off the stage and walks away.
Does he? Oh, I didn't see that part. Okay. Meanwhile, though, while this is all happening, people in the audience are flipping off the stream and booing and getting really, really mad. And then Lovage and Toph are doing commentary. Yeah. Toph. And Lovage starts booing. And then the way they kind of talk about it is very kind of disparaging in a way. So this started a lot of controversy, especially in the fighting game community scene, where we're used to seeing guys like Justin Wong turtle people to death. We are all of the mindset of do whatever it takes to win. Whereas the Smash community has had a long history of trying to craft your game into their ideal of fun play, right? I mean, it's subjective on what's fun, but they have an idea of what they want. They want movement. They want action. They want people meeting up with each other. And so after this, it's kind of even spurred new conversation about people trying to decide on new rules on how to prevent this from happening ever again, because it's bad for the viewers, it's bad for the game, and a lot of people have been talking about Melee as if it's kind of like on the downswing right now, on the way out kind of thing. And this is just another thing that's just kind of getting in the middle there. So I don't know. If anybody in the chat can point, like, I'm not saying that that's the accurate story. That's from what I've heard. If there's anyone that can correct me with anything like that.
Plenty of people who have been following on Twitter and seeing it retweeted on Twitter have not been taking this as seriously as some other people have. Like on the tweet that blew up that had this little video, you can probably put it up there, by the way. You can probably just put it up on the screen.
Okay. If anyone could find Sartosti's tweet.
I mean, it's in the G-Doc. I got it linked right
there. Oh,
did
you do? Oh, okay, okay. Look at you. Okay.
Anyway, in the direct replies to that, a lot of like well-known players and people are like, "This is not a big deal. That dude shouldn't have quit chasing. Like, it's it's definitely overblown to some degree." So I had a tweet about it that has been getting way too many likes, and I feel is way too popular. Didn't need to be. Where I was like, "This is a bad moment," basically. But I think that it's kind of silly to look at this as being representative of all of Melee, and that Melee as a whole is in big trouble, because I don't think that's true. I mean, again, this was Game 5. You got it up here. So it's not like this is a one-sided stomp the whole time. The last game, and I understand that if Ices gets down to stock against Puff, then it's basically over.
You want me to just play it like this?
Yeah, go for it, yeah. But it's not like this was a blow-up. It was a 5-game set. Yep. So my concern about it is minimized, like right off the bat, because of that. Yeah, this is definitely an edited video.
I have the volume.
How long has the set
Oh, is this an edited video?
Yeah, you see time skips in it.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine. I tried to make Game 5 so hype, but it didn't No, it's fine.
It did not pan out that way.
No, it'll be hype. It's coming down to the wire.
I think it's going to come down to time. Boo!
Oh, yeah. Look at Hugo's so bored. Look how Hugo's so bored.
Boo! I see Johnny booing.
Johnny's booing. Look at
Boo!
Johnny. He's so pissed. Look at him. Look how pissed Johnny is.
Oh. No, production hit us with the no.
Johnny just flipped off with the double. This is actually why spaces are important, Oscar. This is why spaces are important. We have an important job to do, and we failed this tournament.
The spaces failed.
We failed.
We let this top 8
We
happen.
let this happen. Guys, I promise the rest of the top 8 is going to be hype.
I think
I'm so sorry.
Do we have any more? Well,
no.
We should have freed foam. We should have listened.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
Probably no fist bump, I'm guessing.
Yeah. He's so done. Wow.
Oh, yeah, there it was.
Oh, he's pissed. He's
Controller
pissed.
chucked.
Wow.
Something chucked anyway.
You hate to see it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, dope. I'm trying to get my food in. So, like I said, I feel like this is not a super big deal because it's Game 5. And whatever led up to that Game 5, obviously it's a bad matchup.
I mean, some
and
people...
in a bad matchup, you have to screw up as the person who has the advantage in order to be in a Game 5 situation.
And someone in the chat even mentioned that, a duo mentioned it, that the Puff only lost those 2 games because he went in for
whatever.
no reason,
you,
right?
you lose because you made the wrong choice.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I mean, whatever the choice was. So there are bad matchups that exist in everything. That's not like an inherent major problem.
Mm-hmm.
So from that side, I feel like this is not as big a deal, maybe, I guess. But that said, it's not treated well by anybody involved. Like, I was trying to think about what would you do if you were on commentary there? What would your play be?
My play?
Yeah, what would you do?
I mean, I would probably just be like, I mean, he's playing the game right? I mean, he has to, this is the optimal way that he's going to win, because he's gone in a couple of times and died. If that's the actual case, then I mean, then he should be playing this way. And, at this point in time, if it's a bad matchup, you've got to learn another character to fight. I mean, you had 5 games. You're in the 5th game. If you lost your 2nd game and you were having trouble beating this, you pick the counter character to fight against this, right?
I mean, that's definitely less common in Melee,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand that people think that it's very hard to learn an additional character. But if you're going to play a character like Ices, who obviously has terrible matchup, you need that counter pick, don't you think? Yeah, Tofi at one point even was talking about playing Spacies instead. He picked Fox instead.
Right.
That is like the obvious play. So this is part of why I think it's not like a big scene problem. This is more like this dude was frustrated. One of his character's tools got banned. That sucks, for sure. Wobbling banned. He's got to chase a bad matchup around.
Why was wobbling banned anyway? Obviously, you see that it just makes not great characters worse. But
right, I mean, obviously,
that's another thing.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know that it is another thing. It's that people want to play the game that they want to play. The whole thing about Smash is that you need to change the rules to make it the game that you want to play. So I get why the conversation immediately goes to the rules in a situation like this, because that's what the game is. You fundamental to the game is understanding what the rules are, and if there's a problem, changing the rules. Fundamental to it. It's not like that in other fighting games. Like, we don't have those conversations.
Right.
There's no need or even precedent really for that. So it is a different situation. Even if obviously other fighting games have running away, they have zoning. There are some 9-1 matchups out there. It exists. But we never have this conversation about rules because there's not this tradition or need in any sense to have rules. But that is the case for Smash. So I get why that's like why you would begin having that conversation. Like, it's more on the tip of your tongue than it is for other fighting
exactly.
games. I get
because
it.
Like I said when I was doing talking about it ahead of time, they have a history of this. They have a history. I mean, the whole fact that they've banned certain stages, that they've banned items and stuff like that, is because they want Smash to play an idealistic way that they.
Well, I mean,
right?
you need to make some changes for it to be competitive.
Right.
Like, there's some stages you just can't play on.
Exactly.
Some items are just too good. Like, you need to have some amount. So the question is, where do you stop changing the rules? And I don't know. I have no idea.
Right.
And maybe you don't stop changing the rules until you make some change to Puff, or you do what people are talking about and making it so that she loses all timeouts or whatever.
I think that's terrible.
I mean, I'm not in favor, and I would hate it in games that I play, but I'm not from that scene, and I don't want to, like, impose my ideologies on them. I mean, at a minimum, this dude should probably have a counterpick character.
Right? Yeah,
Like
exactly.
at an absolute, but like some change needs to happen. But I don't know that it needs to. be a scene-wide
I was even talking to Punk about it after he lost Fudo the first time. I was like, "Have you considered playing another character versus Birdie because it's just not a good matchup?" But he came back and managed to beat Fudo anyway. But that's Punk, right?
Yeah, I don't know
like,
if that's everybody, right?
But that's just a conversation that you always have, right? If this is a bad matchup, do you have an alternate character for this, right? If I play in tournament and I fight against the Honda in Super Turbo, I'm going to pick Ken. I'm just not going to pick Cammy versus Honda. Oh, I test them out one game.
Yeah.
Find out if they know how to fight that matchup.
Right.
If they don't know how to fight that matchup, then I'm not playing Cammy against that person ever again.
Sure.
Right? So that's just what you have to do. I love Cammy a lot. I wish I could play her against every matchup. It's just not going to happen, right? You got to learn another character. So.
100%. Well, and as a Honda player, I feel the same way.
Right. As soon as you fight against the Ryu or a Ken, right? You're
Got to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
Zangief
exactly.
time. So, yeah, it is a different situation, though. It's not like it is in other fighting games where we haven't had to build rule sets. This is a game that exists because of building rule sets. So you have conversations about what the rules are when there are issues like this. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure. I mean, definitely not some of the things that I would make that I would want are what they've decided to do or are considering doing. Like, for example, I feel like 8 minutes is forever.
Well,
and 4 stocks is forever. And I know some people are talking about changing it so that it's 5 minutes or 6 minutes.
See, the interesting
or
thing
3
about
stocks.
that is the reason why they don't want the timer lower, because that promotes camping. Because if the timer is so long, the camping is less effective because it just gives the opponent that many more opportunities to catch you and kill you. That's the logic that they have.
Okay, I understand that's the logic.
Yeah, that's the logic. So they're saying that if the timer was shorter, that would give a character like Jigglypuff even more power to camp out because they don't have to camp as long.
I understand that that's the logic. It kind of sounds like nonsense to me, but at the same time, regardless, if matches were 5 minutes long, then seeing Runaway would not be as annoying.
Right.
Right? If a match was 5 minutes rather than 8 and it goes to the full 5, you're sitting through way fewer minutes
of course.
Runaway.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If the complaint is that it's not interesting to watch, it remains maybe uninteresting to watch.
Just
but
shorter.
it's not as much time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know,
exactly.
man.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really believe that timeouts become easier if the timer is shorter.
Yeah, and I don't want to ban
actually doesn't make sense to me,
I don't
but I
wanna-
get that's why
I
they're
don't want to
doing
ban Jigglypuff either, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's timeouts are not what many of them want to be doing. Like all the conversations I've had with melee heads, and every time I talk with somebody from the scene, which is not uncommon, it comes across to me that they're from a quite different community in terms of viewing the game and what is interesting in a game. Mm-hmm. I don't care about a lot of things that they care about.
I mean, they have ledge
game.
camping as well, right? So there's only a certain number of times you can grab onto.
And there's
ledge.
rules about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, when I talk with them, it becomes it's quite clear that what matters in part is how much speed and manual execution is happening. I don't care about that at all. It's not like part of a factor of what makes a match interesting to me. Some of the most interesting ones are slow. It's just like different scene. That's okay to have different tastes and different scenes. So I wouldn't want to like say that they should do it one way or the other. Whatever they decide is their thing.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, again, I think this is mostly an issue with this particular situation rather than being like a scene-wide major rift and problem. So
Yeah.
But I get why the conversation is about rule sets. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, and from the fighting game perspective, it's easy to look at them and just be like, God, these people don't know what they're doing. It's the whole scene, and chastise them. That's always been kind of a problem with the knee-jerk reaction from the FGC side of things as well, right? Because it's always like, oh, these people don't know. God, they're so stupid.
Yeah.
But again, that's kind of the way the scene was created. It's a very, very different mentality. It's a very different mindset. So
yeah,
yeah.
Like in Twitter conversations, obviously lots of misunderstandings on both sides. Like, I saw a lot of Smash people being like, oh, well, if Runaway existed in fighting games, then maybe you guys would understand, but it's not possible in a 2D plane. You know, which is obviously absurd. But it's like obviously absurd. But at the same time, you had FGC people being in there like, well, just chase him around. He can't run forever.
Right.
They could actually do that. So it's like there's just a lot of misunderstandings on both sides, which is probably not helpful. So.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they can find a way to resolve this problem, because Jigglypuff has been a problem for them. That's why Hungry Box has been so unpopular, right? Because
it's part of why.
Don't like. Well, yeah, but you know, it's. I don't know. It's like I said, it's just a style of play that they don't want to accept. You know?
Yeah, and meanwhile, literally simultaneously, as we're having a question about whether Puff is too good or whether the band wobbling, whatever. Pikachu wins the tournament, right? Top 3 is Pikachu, Marth, and Captain Falcon. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different characters in top 8. It's like clearly doing well.
Outside of Chango, like I never see anything about Jigglypuff, like except it's Hungry Box, right? I know there are a couple others. Are there other Jigglypuffs that just don't have the success, or is it that all the good players don't want to play Jigglypuff because they don't want to, you know, it's the you don't play Vega, you know, in Super Turbo kind of thing.
When I talked with Levin one time, that's what he told me.
Okay.
That he thinks that it would be better if he played Puff, but he does not want to because he might as well just play a more fun game.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, like he would just play a different game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, huge stigma about playing Puff. Yep. There you go. So.
But at the same time, obviously, not many Jigglypuff players are having that kind of success. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting situation. I really enjoy watching both Puff and Ice Climbers, but they're obviously on the extreme side of character archetypes.
Right.
And as somebody who really likes extreme character archetypes, I am accustomed to always trying to pick more than one. Like, as somebody who really likes grapplers, I will get dunked if I don't have a backup. And as somebody who really likes zoners, I'll also get dunked if I don't have a backup, which is why I play grapplers and zoners is specifically for that, to balance them out. Because one of them will usually beat one of the other characters, right? So if you want to play an extreme character archetype, you just have to accept that archetype has failure points and that you have to have a backup. You know? That's all.
Okay.
So anyway, I hope this one dude gets it together.
Well, let me ask you this question then, because you asked me, what would you have done on commentary?
If I were me as somebody from the FGC, I would have done what you said. And if I think that I were somebody who was from Smash, I might have done what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
If I had.
Do you think it was wrong to boo? Or do you think it was...
I wouldn't have done it, yeah. I thought that was
you know, I've seen people defending Lovage, saying that he's just always been a guy who doesn't hold anything back, isn't worried about being PC and everything like that. And
I don't care about that either.
Approached it from a more humorous, like he was just, you know, playing to the chat and stuff like that, right? So
yeah, I think that was disappointing. It's nobody... There didn't need to be some kind of abstract professionalism there, some kind of like blah reaction. That's not what you need. Right. But there are better ways to phrase that than to be actively negative towards the player. That is to say, like, what I wouldn't have done that. All right, in my current incarnation, I think that if I, knowing me, had grown up in the Smash scene, might have done it.
Okay.
I could see me having done that. I could probably be that dude. But yeah, I think that was not helpful in my current incarnation in this universe.
Okay. Well,
I definitely don't think the scene is toxic. I think that there are some people in the scene who are not great for it, but that's how it is for everybody. Everybody has those people, every scene. Again, I don't think that this is like a major problem for the scene. I think this is more like this dude was having a tough day. It wasn't going well for him. He caused, a obviously bad showing, and that made negative reactions by other people more likely.
Right.
So I don't think this is like a major crisis point, but it's, not great anyway.
Okay. All right. Anything else you wanted to say about that?
No, that's it.
Okay. Let's move on to some FGC news over here. First being that you mentioned this a little bit, but the current EVO rankings are up.
Mm-hmm. These are the registration entrance numbers.
The non-trolly one.
The one that's not April Fool's.
Right. And poor Majin Obama, dude. Majin got.
I know it was a troll statement. I just thought it was a good thing to discuss.
Yeah.
Shout-outs to you.
Majin got good by...
What do you got? Oh, he did. He did get got. Yes. Here you go. EVO 2019 registration scoreboard, April edition.
First, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Is that a shock?
Negative.
No, not a shock
Everybody
at all.
expects it to be number one.
Second, Tekken 7, not a shock at this point. I mean, some people might be like, oh my god, it's surpassed Street Fighter 5. I mean, that's been the trend.
Not a big surprise.
Yeah, not a big surprise. So Street Fighter 5 in third place might actually kind of be a surprise to me. I thought Mortal Kombat would have more at this point because it's not out yet. Okay. And it would have had the Street Fighter 5 thing where everyone's like, dude, okay, let's go play this. You know what I mean?
I think it's the opposite for MK. I think it may be more that people are thinking about what MK9 was or MKX was, and that they didn't like it. And that once the game actually does come out, I think more people will be interested in it. However, that game has a cap on it. It's got a ceiling. It can't be the biggest game because it's too gross.
Right.
It's just too bloody. I mean, it sucks, but that's the facts.
Right.
Unfortunately.
And then fifth place. This is the surprise one. Under Night in Birth in fifth place, and it's not just that it's there that's surprising. It's that it's above Dragon Ball, which is in sixth place. Under Night in Birth, the little game that could.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Is in fifth place. And the best thing about it is because it got into EVO, and I've always said you shouldn't have to get into EVO to gain popularity, but Eunice is taking full advantage of it because people are playing it all over the place. Sajam was playing it now. Yeah. He's been helping get a lot of people into the game as well. And fifth place, here it is, above Dragon Ball. So interesting. I hope the Dragon Ball patch comes out and makes people more eager to play. So hopefully that'll get some more people in there. But then 7th, 8th, and 9th, rounding out, is Samurai Showdown, Soul Calibur 6, and Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Yep. Blaze Blue feels like it just, I don't know, seems to be falling by the wayside a little bit here, but it's not a surprise.
Yeah, I really don't think. If I would have come up with what I expected the rankings to be,
it would be almost
basically
exactly
this. Yeah. I think I might have had Soul Calibur above Samurai Showdown. I think that might have been my one variation on this. I think other than that, I might have literally written this list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think there's no big surprise here. Where though? Go back to it.
Oh, sure.
Where do you think the drop-offs are? The sizable drop-offs in between entry numbers.
I see what you're saying.
Are there 1,000 people between Smash Bros. And Tekken?
I would say first and second probably has a big drop-off.
Okay.
I think third and fourth probably has a pretty decent sized drop-off. And then maybe fourth, fifth, and sixth are probably around the same, and then probably from there a big drop off to seventh, eighth, and ninth.
I think I would say exactly the same. Yeah, first has a big difference between second and third, and then fourth, fifth, sixth, and then 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, that just seems logical, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Smash is just
I really expect it to blow up. Yeah,
I mean. Could there potentially be 3,000, 4,000 entrants? Maybe.
3,000 seems pretty plausible.
I don't
know about 4, but 3 seems plausible.
I think that game could easily be the second highest entrance number ever at EVO this year. So,
of course, number 1 being Street Fighter 5 with 5,000-ish.
Right, before the game came out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, obviously it didn't keep up with that number, but that is the record.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Other news going on over here. Did you want to look at last year's or anything like that?
Nah, it's whatever.
Okay. So minor topics.
But Dragon Ball did have the most last year, and it's now in the dumps.
I
surprise.
mentioned earlier that I was going to Spain this weekend.
Yes.
So I'll be heading to Spain. I'll be flying to Madrid, but then taking a train 2 hours, I think, north of Madrid to a city called Toluca.
Oh, sick.
And I will be commentating at the Fightcade Offline Festival.
That's so cool.
Which is going to be a tournament with like Super Turbo. There's going to be Vampire Savior. There's going to be a bunch of different games there. The creators of Fightcade will be there.
Are they Spanish? Is that why it's there?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I didn't know either, actually. And then also TZW and TMF are going to be there.
Yeah.
The Zangief and Guile players who captured all the footage in High Score Girl. But TZW, obviously, the combo video guy who has made combo videos his whole entire life on the VHS tapes and everything like that, was a huge inspiration to me. Was basically the reason why I started making combo videos, because I used to watch his stuff and be like, I could do that too, and so like I wanted to do that, so I started making combo videos. So I think that's really, really cool to see that. And I'll be flying out there. I'll be leaving late tomorrow night, flying for like 10 hours over there, and just spend some time in Spain. And I'm sure they're going to take me out and give me all sorts of great food over there. I keep hearing all about the Spanish pork out there.
Okay.
Everyone says that it's amazing, so I'm kind of excited about that. So.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, and actually the weekend after that, I'll be going to the Free Play Arcade in Dallas-Fort Worth area for another Super Turbo tournament.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one that last year. Remember, there was the big tournament in Texas that Matsun went out to, Silent Scope, Eugene, everybody went out there. Well, it's happening again this year at the Free Play Arcade in Dallas-Fort Worth. Area, so I'll be doing that. So I'm traveling a lot for some Super Turbos. So,
That's very cool,
Old games are being played, dude. Old games
Super
are
cool.
being played. So there you go. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Where can we watch the tournaments this weekend? Oh gosh, I don't have the exact stream. Let me see if I can find it on the tweet that I saved here. Doesn't have, let me see, show thread here. You can find the information at smash.gg/FOF19. So you can check it out over there. Let me bring that up and see if they have all the information over here. I don't see any stream information over here. They usually have the stream information somewhere around here, right?
Woo!
Woo! Thank you, Gruff Gridoff.
Thank you.
I do not have the stream here, but just keep an eye on smash.gg/FOF19. So Fightcade Offline Festival, FOF19 for the year 2019, and that's all the information that will be over there. So I'll be out there.
Cool, dude.
Heading out there this weekend. So.
Eat some good pork from me. Eat all the good pork that I would eat.
Yeah, exactly right. But it's cool. They have this really cool arcade. They've got all.
Wow, look at that.
Great picture of it here with all the Vuelix cabinets here. Let me do another screen grab here for you guys while I have a cat sleeping on me right now. Here we go. So there you go. So this is
Ooh, look at that. It's quite a row.
Here. Yeah. So
quite a lineup.
Click on this. Oh, actually, let me kill this and do another screen capture here. So check this out.
No, you didn't get it.
Oops, I missed. There we go. And check this out, dude. It's pretty impressive, dude.
It's currently highlighted.
Yeah,
so
I know,
it
it's
white.
highlighted. It's highlighted, so I'll highlight it here. There we go. So that's what it looks like right there. That's
awesome.
The arcade that they have over there. And yeah, this was from last year. So yeah, check this out. Windjammers and all these other old school games here. It's really cool.
And where is this at?
It looks like the train drops me off in Toluca, Spain.
Okay.
Toluca, Spain. They said it's like a 2-hour train ride north, I believe, of Madrid.
Cool,
so,
man.
Yeah, so there you go.
Awesome. Well, have a good time in Spain.
Yeah, should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. Excited. I get to geek out meeting TZW.
Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the DOSX World Championship begins at the Mix-Up in Lyon, France on April 20th. They have 90K on the line throughout the year. That sounds pretty cool. Hope things go well on that front. And then finally, James Chen is kicking ass in ESPN's Esports 64 Super Important Popularity Contest.
It's the end of the road at this
No,
point.
you
in time.
beat that dude.
Well, I beat Arteezy, but that's it now.
Why?
Because the next guy I'm...
Oh, do you know? I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I'm getting bodied right now.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah. By
Oh, you're getting
Tyler
super
won.
body. Okay, it's all right. All right.
But the thing is, it was at like 86 to 14% before, but now it's at 79 to 21.
With 19,239 votes.
That's
okay.
right. So I got up there a little bit.
You did. Nice work, dude. That was so sick.
I'm getting sued. I thought I was
You were getting destroyed.
I thought I was going to get destroyed by Arteezy, but
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I didn't see any mention of it on his Twitter at all. So I just don't think he cared.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Probably
not.
Probably right. But for me, this is a big deal. But yeah, no, this is not going to happen because League of Legends, Tyler, apparently a very popular figure.
You know your favorite streamer, LOL Tyler 1.
Yeah, exactly.
You know your favorite dude.
Exactly. So, but like I said, I'm at 21% now, whereas I was at 14% earlier.
Trying to make it respectable.
So there you go. So it's just as long as it's respectable, I'm cool. Cool. So
yeah, I know who Tyler is.
Do you really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Because I
mean, I don't watch, but I know who
really
he is.
Don't know.
Okay.
I've never heard of it. So
it's whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else going on?
Nope. I think that's about it. We've been going on for almost 3 hours now.
Weird.
So I think we can actually
way too long.
Call it a night. So.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll be putting up video that we took from the MK11 beta onto the YouTube, which you can find at youtube.com/ultrachentv.
Are you just going to put it on without us like doing commentary over it? Or you're just going to throw it up
We should
there?
commentate on it.
Yeah.
But I can't do it this weekend.
Well, obviously I can't either.
Oh, yeah, right.
So I'm going to be busy. Maybe Wednesday next week.
I guess I'll stream the stuff some of the stuff that I did and save some of it so we can do it. We can do it next week together.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Oh, shout outs to Yori for the 7-month subscription. Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I just wasn't really there. I was like only briefly at NCR. I was mostly hanging out with my brothers or playing the MK11
Yeah, I know. I was
beta
about to say in the hotel room. So, all right, cool. Thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks guys for hanging out. This should work here. There we go.
Curly, were you there?
Yeah, he was there. I saw him. I shook his hand at one point in time.
Wow. Damn. Boys.
I don't know why this is our exit.
I don't remember the story at all.
Yeah, I can't remember anymore. It just happened. So.
You know, when they're writing the history books about the development of Ultra TV in the future, and they ask us this question, I won't have a good answer, unfortunately.
My answer will just be this.